Should we start now? नहीं मैंने करी आप All right.
Good afternoon to honorable guests, all the delegates across the country, media members, and my dear colleagues. On the behalf of Prestige Institute of Management Gwalior, I, Dr. Shivani Sharma, welcome you all to the 7th technical session of the 12th International Conference 2020. I request all the participants to please mute their audio so that I can, please mute your audio. Thank you so much. The sponsor of the international conference is the State Bank of India. Today, we have Professor Kavita Sharma ji as our session chair, Dr. Daryl S.V. Cornell as co-session chair. Please hold for a minute.
एक्चुअली ये आवाज बहुत है
Please go.
चेक करिए सब लोग म्यूट है
Yeah, of course. Everyone is muted. Please go ahead.
Okay. Today we have Professor Kavita Sharma ji as our our session chair, Dr. Daryl S.V. Cornell as our co-session chair, and Dr. Sangeeta Sharma ji as our keynote speaker. It is a pleasure for all of us to have such a great personalities amongst us. Now, I would like to start this technical session with the introduction of our honorable keynote speaker, Dr. Sangeeta Sharma ji. Dr. Sharma is currently working as an associate professor in the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences at BITS Pilani, Rajasthan, India. She served as the head of publication and media relation unit and group leader of the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences in the same institute. Dr. Sharma has excelled in the aspects of academics such as classroom delivery, corporate connect and training, writing books and research papers, presentation in national and international conferences, editorial work and organizing academic events, etc. She has published 26 books and 86 research papers in the area of gender studies, advertising, cultural studies, and communication in reputed journals. She was the coordinator of the Central for Women Studies, which had diverse range of activities to help women benefit from technology. She is licensed a trainer for Springboard Development Program, UK, which is internationally recognized women's development program. Thank you, ma'am, for your presence in this technical session.
Thank you very much, Shivani.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you. Moving further, now I would like to introduce our co-session chair, Dr. Daryl S. P. Cornell. Dr. Darrell obtained his PhD in International Hospitality Management from the Subshan College, Rocolitis, with highest academic achievement in the institution. He is immediate past president of Philippine uh, Association of Researchers for Tourism and Hospitality. Dr. Darrell is an international paper presenter and member of Asia Pacific Council of Hotel and Restaurant. In the year 2018, his paper has been selected as one of the best paper among 350 plus participants from 14 countries in Asia Pacific Tourism Association. Sir has recently published 4 journal articles in the Scopus Index internationally recognized journals. He is also an author of books in the hospitality and tourism management, including a book on tourism research, kitchen essentials, quality service management, resort and recreation management are few of them. Dr. Darrell obtained several national certificates in the area of event management, food beverages, services, and front office services, and certified guest service professionals. He has been a speaker in various national and international conferences. He also served as a visiting professor for the tourism and hospitality courses in Chandigarh University, Punjab, India. Currently, he is associated with Faculty Research of College of Tourism, Hospitality and Transportation Management of the Polytechnic University of Philippines and invited graduate school professor of the VICM of the Philippine University. We all are delighted to have you in this session, sir. Welcome you in this session.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, sir. Moving further, we are very lucky to have Professor Kavita Sharma ji as our session chair. Ma'am is a former HOD of Commerce at University of Delhi, India. Presently, she is working as a treasurer at University of Delhi. She is also the visitor nominee of Center University of Himachal Pradesh and Chancellor nominee in the University of Assam. She is the former chairperson of governing body of Shama Prasad Mukherjee College, University of Delhi. She is the expert member of NEP Implementation Committee. She also served as a co-chairperson of committees constituted by the university for undergraduate and postgraduate courses revision under the CBCS. She is a member of Economic Review Committee of PhD Chamber of Commerce, New Delhi. She is associated with various management institutes as their board members. Professor Sharma has teaching and research experience of more than 30 years, and her area of specialization is marketing, advertising, consumer behavior, and consumer relationship management. She has participated in various conferences and workshops held in related areas of her interest. She has presented papers in national and international conferences held in various parts of the world and also chaired the technical sessions. She has the part of 15 faculties selected from all over the world for participation in event organized by Academy of Marketing Sciences held in Australia. 6 of her research papers have been received Best Research Paper Award in international conferences held in India and abroad. She was invited to deliver keynote address and special lectures at various colleges and universities. Her research papers are published in national and international journals, including Journal of Business Research, Vikalp, the Journal of Decision Makers, and many more. She wrote 4 books. She has reviewed the papers for various top listed journals. She is the founding editor of Journal of Commerce and Business Studies. She is the member of Academy of Marketing Science. She was associated with ICAI for development of e-content. 14 PhD and 10 MPhil degrees have been awarded under her supervision. 7 PhD and 8 MPhil students are at present pursuing their research work under her supervision. Thank you, ma'am, for your presence in this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shivani, for the nice introduction.
Yeah.
I hope this conference will be a great success. And I'm eager to listen to Dr. Sangeeta Sharma. Thanks. thanks for the invite also.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. I would request all the participants and the panel members as well to switch on their video system so that we can interact with each other. Number one. Number two, those who have forwarded me the presentations, then I'll share the my screen for the presentations. Fine. I'll call the members as I have circulated in the group. So I hope that everyone is aware that how we are going to conduct the presentations. Now I would take permission from the panel members to start this session. May I start, please? Hello.
Yes, Shivani. Yes, Shivani, and I think we need to tell about the rules for paper presentation, basically the timelines. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
please
exactly.
finish in time.
Ma'am, can we set the time 6 minutes for the presentation? All panel members' opinion. I need all opinion from all the panel members.
I think that would be sufficient. So in that case, because 6 minutes certainly not much time, so presenters have to focus mainly on the key aspects of the paper and the findings and the research.
Okay. That is it.
But I think others, yeah.
Okay. Sangeeta ma'am and Darius, are you?
Shivani, I feel one thing is, I think because of the bandwidth, you have to ask people to switch off the video and audio both when they're not speaking. I think that would be better. And whenever somebody is posing questions, they can put on their video. All right. I think that would be better because right now when you see the quality goes bad.
Yeah, of course, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
and
so
in fact, we can, Shivani, we can request the participants, they can write their box and then you can coordinate that, that part.
Right, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Fine. First, I would request Sangeeta ma'am to present her views or her research paper, what she wants to contribute. Ma'am, please.
All right. So, good afternoon, one and all. I'm really delighted to see you all here. Daryl, hello, and Kavita, madam, hello again, because we have met in the previous conferences, and it's really a pleasure to meet you all and listen to you. So, I was requested that I should talk something on digital marketing and share my views that how the participants can take their research further on digital marketing. So here I will be presenting my paper on digital marketing and the research related to digital marketing, that what all things we have to keep in mind to take things forward, right? So I will be talking about research in digital marketing. And as Shivani has said, probably I'll also take 6 minutes of time because we should give time to the participants rather than just talking all by myself. Why digital marketing is important? Because digital marketing is on vogue, and the best part in digital marketing is that now we can have the account of everything, the viewers, the information which we are putting up on the digital platform, and therefore the research has become easier when we talk about taking the data with the AI and the big data. I think the task has become very, very easy for us. And that is why the relevance of digital marketing is growing very fast. Then I'll be talking about what all are the areas of research in digital marketing. Should we go for the areas which people have already talked about? There are much not topics. Should we go again on the same topics, or should we search for the new topics? I mean, every time you will find that there are new games which are being implemented and introduced in the digital platform. You can have research related to digital games. You can have research resulted from the influencer marketing, so on and so forth. So you have so many fresh areas which are coming up. I'll be talking about it, I'll be also talking about the things which you have to keep in mind. In the morning session during inaugural, I heard Professor Justin Paul talking about do's and don'ts, but I will be talking about do's and don'ts in relation with digital marketing, and also in general what the budding researchers should take into account that they should avoid. Now, why digital marketing is important? The advertisements can be updated so fast on digital platform, and if you had seen Nike advertisement, I mean, I really said that the innovation it had was really great, and people were not even at the same place till they were able to come up with a campaign which was really very mesmerizing. Now, the other thing is that ads can have large number of buyers all over the world, and it can be accessed 24 hours all the time, or throughout the week, throughout the year. So the ad reach is very strong, and access primarily because people have interest in the content, and to develop content is also very easy. Earlier, it was very difficult to make segmentation of the market. However, with the incoming of digital marketing, it has become easier because we know which specific group is going to visit a particular site. So we have targeted people visiting a particular site, and we can locate them. There's always a opportunity to create one-to-one interaction, because all of us know that digital marketing is an interactive media. It is just not one-sided, but both the parties can interact with each other, and measuring effectiveness has become very easy. As I said, everything can be recorded when we are in the digital platform. The effective use of text, audio, graphics, and animation can be well seen. I do not know how many of you have seen the the first advertisement just after COVID of Amitabh Bachchan, where he was asking about his goggles, and everybody from different locations were able to come up with in this campaign, and it was effectively executed. It can easily combine games, entertainment, and promotion. As I've said, PUBG is one of the games where you can see a lot of advertisements, and there can be a lot of research area that is possible. Most of us know that the number of hours we are spending on PC is really great. Whoever was the audience for the television have now shifted to the internet, and the interest has been changed. So the research topics which I feel these must be very limited, but I just felt that I can interact with you all talking about, thinking about designing a new ad campaign. It could be one of the topics, or the new technologies which are coming up on the digital marketing. For example, when we talk about the augmented reality, we talk about virtual reality, internet of things. I mean, these are the advancements of which the research can be carried out in a fantastically good manner. And we can also talk about the research in the area of impact on direct purchase and intent, which is one of the key areas. Otherwise, also in the traditional marketing area, return of investment, and also developing digital marketing campaign, which could be effectively synced by the other medium. The traditional media through the spiraling is being synced with the digital marketing, and from that platform, the viewers are brought to the digital marketing. That can be area of research. They can also be talking about, what is the integrated marketing communication, how all the media are synced together, how they are integrated together. The lot of research can go on in that area too. However, during the consideration, what consideration an individual should take care of while publication, must remember that 5-10% acceptance rate, which is very low. So when I say that there are deluge of submission and only 5-10% are to be accepted, that indicates that the acceptance rate is low. So one should not feel disheartened or should not be crestfallen. They should always try to give it to the other journal, or maybe not that high rated journal. While you are doing manuscript preparation, always remember that let's not talk about India. We get very fascinated. This is what is happening in India. But let's talk about something which is a topic which is for the global interest, rather than just talking about one country. And the contribution should always be unique, as I rightly pointed out in the beginning, that it should not be very particular to the typical to one area which already people have talked about several times. For example, if I talk about portrayal of women in advertising, I mean, We have read about it so many times. Let's talk about something which is a new concept. Put number of references. I mean, long time, even when we had 30 references, we were very happy. Today, I think if I talk about references, 90 is less in number. So references should be very large in list so that it shows that your research is substantial. Always before submitting, even if your paper is original, go for the plagiarism check, and go for the plagiarism check either by Turnitin, Scribble, or PlaqueScan. I mean, think about something which, even if you have not taken, sometimes if it catches, it gives a very bad impression. I mean, the best of the institutes, if you have people from there and you get to know that they have done plagiarism, I think you bring a bad name for the institute and for yourself. So better you do the plagiarism check. Always align your paper with the objective of the journal's interest. All right. So when you are writing, think about it, which journal are you targeting, and see whatever is their objective. Always see that predatory journals are completely no-no. Now, how do you get to know predatory journals? The websites will always tell you. There will be something fishy about the predatory journals. So if you have a gut feeling that it is a predatory journal, please skip that and go for something else. You can just decide whether you are going to go for the Scopus indexing or ABDC. You know, ABDC are very typical marketing finance journals, like they take papers from that. So you have to decide which indexing you have to follow. So either you can go for Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. I mean, Q1 is a little difficult, but I mean, it's not as difficult as we had always thought about it. When we try and when we see what kind of paper that particular journal is doing, it's approachable. ABDC, where the ranking is done as A star ABC ranking, you can think about those. As I said, we can aspire for the best. If that is rejected, there aspire, go again, resubmit it again for A+. But if not, think about the other journal. Always change the gears. I have already said, you know, if your manuscript is not aligned with the aim and scope, it will be rejected. Immediately you will get your paper back. Again, I would say, don't be disheartened. There are number of journals. I mean, if you Google, you see that there are so many journals available, and the best of it. So you see the publications, whether you are going for Elsevier, you are going for Wiley, you are going for Taylor Francis, or you're going for Springer, Emerald, or maybe even Sage publication. So whichever publication you think about, go for the better ones. Always keep your data file ready, because you already know what kind of structure your paper should have, and accordingly your file should be ready. Always check what all are your reference style, check the word limit. I mean, sometimes what happens is you have had the paper for 8,000 words, and then you suddenly think that now again when there's resubmission, you have to put it for 5,000. So it's not that at the last minute you can cut off the words and say your paper is ready. Always check it out, what is the word limit, and accordingly keep your paper ready. The ordering of the section in different journals is different. Please check it beforehand so that things are ready for it. Towards the end, I would just like to say that the acceptance rate is just 2 to 3%. Okay, so as I said, rejections should not dishearten you. I mean, 10-time rejection, do not get disheartened. You can be, you can really think about it that a very good journal is waiting for you. Always, when the reviewers send you the comments, be polite to them, address all the questions what they have asked. Sometimes I have felt that the question is not really relevant, but it is better you answer that question politely rather than just skipping it through. So you have to accommodate all the suggestions which are being made by the reviewers, because whatever it is, they have done a good thing. One thing which I would like to share from my experiences, I mean, I had sent a paper where, you know, it was almost like two reviewers send the critical comments. I gave a rebuttal. I replied to those, incorporated all the changes. Now I thought probably when their comment came, they said, yeah, we are very happy that you have incorporated the changes. It has come up very well. The second one also said, yeah, but still there is a minor change. And I see, wow, it's a third reviewer also who has come afresh in that. And he has again given a long list of changes. As I said, if I lose patience, the paper is gone. But if we reply to those questions, I think we have a fair chance. So guys, I would like to just tell you that have patience. Publication is not as difficult as we were thinking. We can always see which is a befitting journal. think about it, and that is how you can publish your paper. So I would suggest take digital platform, digital marketing, digital advertising as your topic. Go for publication. There are a variety of topics which are available to us. Go ahead, publish. I think you would be able to do good job. All right, that's all from my side. If you have any questions, you can get back to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your motivation words. And is there anyone who wants to ask any question? Okay. Now I would like to request Rajesh Gupta sir to kindly present vote of thanks to Sangeeta ma'am. If she has some other assignment, so she will leave the meeting. Sir, please.
Okay, Shyam. As Sangeeta ma'am has some urgent work, she has to leave. So on behalf of Prestige Institute of Management Gwalior, I would like to acknowledge our sense of obligations to share her words of wisdom as a keynote speaker and grace this technical session. Thank you, ma'am, to have it.
Pleasure.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, and all the best. I hope your sessions go on very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Over to Shani, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That is Kavita. Can you start?
Kavita ma'am, can we start? Daryl sir?
Yes,
Yes,
please
we
start.
can.
Arpita ma'am, Madam Arpita, please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Is it audible, sir?
Yeah, fine.
Yes.
Give me a minute, please.
So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Komalata.
And I'm Arpita.
We are working as assistant professor at VII Degree College, Bengaluru, Karnataka. We feel immense pleasure to present our research article, Personalization and its Impact on Customers Towards Online Purchases in 12th International Conference, Digitalization as a Vehicle for Innovation, Organizational Growth, and Effectiveness, organized by Prestige Institute of Management, Gwalior. Who does not like the word shopping? Obviously, shopping grabs everyone's attention. Just think, when we are into shopping and what we are looking for it is in front of you, that moment you feel like you are in the sky. The technology advancement has brought shopping in your hands, which doesn't have any constraint like time, place, or anything. That is what we call it as online shopping. From company perspective, we can call it as e-commerce as well. Most of us have heard the word personalization or customization in different industry or field, but the marketing sector has taken personalization to the next level. The blend of e-commerce and personalization is ruling the market today. So, e-commerce personalization refers to the process of delivering or catering personal experiences on e-commerce sites by presenting the content on a content, product recommendation, and specific offers based on previous search, browsing behavior, purchase history, demographics, and other personal data. This can happen only when there is cross-channel marketing. The gathering of information based on search, personal pattern, and taste and preference of customers is called individual data mining. Once the company knows about the customers, company renders personalized promotion advertisement and tailor-made offers. In return, the company shopping will snowball, which is increased rapidly in size. So coming to the variables of the study, so your personalized advertisement, cross-channel marketing, and impact of personalization plays a major role. So moving to the next slide. Next slide, please. The objective of our research paper is to analyze the personalization concept, especially in online purchases, and to measure whether there is any impact of personalization on customers. And the last one is to estimate the future perspective of personalization in the field of online purchases. So our two major hypotheses is to analyze whether there is association between products or service search and personalized advertisement received by the customers. And the next hypothesis is to know whether there is relationship between impact of personalization and online purchases. To the next slide, it is the research methodology. So the type of data, the type of research is descriptive and analytical research. The type of data we have considered is quantitative data. So the primary data is collected through a systematic questionnaire, and the area of a survey is Bengaluru city. The number of sample is 350 selected above the age group of 18 years. Sample was collected by applying simple random sampling technique. The secondary data is collected by published articles, journals, and various websites. So the statistical tools are chi-square, correlation, and rank analysis. Chi-square and correlation we have analyzed through the SPSS software. So the limitation of our study is the data what we have collected is restricted or confined to Bengaluru city only, and the personalization concept is only under the preview of online purchases. So moving to the next slide, that is the core content of the research paper, data analysis. So in this, the first concept we have taken is product or service searched by the customers and personalized advertisement the customer has received. So we have applied chi-square test here, and we know that chi-square is a useful measure of comparing experimentally obtained results with those expected theoretically. The level of significance is 95%. The p-value, which is less than 0.05. Therefore, the null hypothesis is failed to accept, which means there is association between product or service search and personalized advertisement received. The next data analysis is related to impact of personalization and online purchases. So here we have applied correlation, Pearson's correlation. So if we see here, the Pearson correlation gives the +1 value, which means there is a perfect positive relationship between the two variables, and the p-value is less than 0.05. Again, the null hypothesis is failed to accept, which means the alternative hypothesis, that is there is relationship between impact of personalization and online purchases. The further will be continued by my colleague Arpita.
Okay, coming to Table 3, channel of advertisements. In this table, we can see through which channel customers are receiving more personalized advertisements. So here we have conducted rank analysis. Through that, we have got to know that The majority, like out of 350 respondents, 204 have told that through social media, they are getting more of personalized advertisements like Facebook, Instagram, you can see. And second one is 110 of the respondents have told that they get personalized advertisements through mobile applications, and 93 have stated that through emails they get personal advertisements of more connected to their way, and 39 have told that they get personalized advertisement through web channel, and 32 have stated that they get personalized advertisements through cross channels. Others are nothing but they get advertisements through text messages. Coming to the table 4, we can know how much of previous slide. In table 4, we can know how much these personalization has impacted towards the customers to purchase the products. Around 24% of the customers feel satisfied by personalized online purchase, and majority, that is 67.7%, states that they are either satisfied or dissatisfied by the online purchases. Next one. Coming to the findings, 44.6% prefer to watch online advertisements, and 48.3% do not feel secure to share their information in the online websites, or it may be any applications. 44.6% do not prefer to receive any kind of personalized advertisements, and majority feel that the personalized advertisement they receive through these emails, website, or any applications. 64.3% have received these personalized offers on important dates such as birthdays or any special occasions. So through our research, we found that there is association between products or services searched and personalized advertisement received. And last one, there is relationship between impact of personalization and online purchase. So coming to the significance and implication of our results. So main significance of our research paper is we get to know the personal information of the customers according to their desires. And through this information, the company finds out who are their target audience. By getting to know this target audience, they create some innovative content for their company. And this makes the customers to better recommend which product they have to purchase. So by this, they build up the huge customer rapport in between the company as well as customers. This also builds the image of the company or the brand. So the implications of our research paper are the two implications. Those are the company as well as the customers. They are the two stakeholders of our research paper. Next one. Okay, coming to the conclusion. So we have found that personalization is the current trend-setting online marketing strategy, which is an technological innovation which helps in organization growth. So we can see the replicate of products which was searched by the customers in the other channels or medias, or the replicate of previous purchases like reminders of buying monthly groceries or any kind of medicines. So grabbing customer base, grabbing seems some negative impression, but collecting database from the customers is an effective positive note for providing better services. According to the information which the company has collected, the desired products can be advertised frequently, which initiates the customers to purchase the products. Once they start to purchase the products, they become loyal ones. So personalization, a mutual benefit for both company as well as the customers. Finally, personalization, a milestone in online shopping. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Arpita and his team. Any questions from the panel member side, or from the audience? Hello. Any remark from the panel side?
I think the presentation is great. Really, the panelists, or sorry, the presenters has really showcased the role of personalization and the impact of this one in digital marketing. Most especially in the pandemic right now, it's very, very important to highlight customization or personalization to cascade the level of service that is actually required from the suppliers. And this is actually difficult to achieve right now, but with the innovations that we have in the technologies that is in place right now, I think that this could really be a reality for everyone. So thank you for that presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Arpita. Now, the next, may I call next presenter? Do we have, just wait for a minute. Kavita ma'am, do you want to ask anything or a remark, give a remark? Okay, so next presenter we have Miss Praveena
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Dr. Sri Nivas.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, wait a minute. I'll share a PPT.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible to you, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Every participant, every presenter is requested to complete the presentation in a given time. And as Kavita ma'am told that you have to complete, you have to focus on the key aspects only. What are your objectives? What hypothesis, RM, and the findings. So, because we have to finish it by 5 o'clock. So please, yeah, ma'am, Praveena ma'am, please.
Yeah. A very good afternoon to all the distinguished panel members, the organizers, and also the fellow colleagues from various institutes across India. It's my immense pleasure to be a part of this 12th International Conference on Digitalization as Vehicle for Innovation, Organizational Growth and Effectiveness. I'm NSL Praveena, presently working as an associate professor in Rishi Yubia PG College for Women, Hyderabad. Today, my topic that I have chosen to write an article is impact of mobile technology in redefining consumer decision journey. As we all know, mobile phone has been playing a very vital role in all of our lives, especially in shopping. And the importance of mobile and the role the mobile is playing during the consumer decision journey, that is pre-purchase, purchase, and post-purchase, is really immense. And consumer is not just using the mobile phone to browse the information about various options available, but also it is playing a very vital role in making a decision of purchase. And also integration of various apps on the mobile is helping the consumer to have a very easy journey, even in payment towards the product. So my keywords that I have identified are retailing, mobile technology, consumer, shopping decision, online, offline, and omni-channel. Michael Eldridge has coined the concept of e-commerce. Then Kevin Duffy has given the importance of mobile commerce, especially in today's this thing. And also Daryl Rigby is a person who coined the concept called omni-channel. As we all know, there are various phases in consumer decision-making process, starting from the problem recognition to information search, evaluation of the alternatives, purchase decision, and post-purchase behavior. The new age shopping is through online. They have zero moment of truth, whereas those who are going offline has a first moment of truth inside the store, and also they have the experience with which they can have a satisfaction of what they have purchased and whether they made a right decision or not. And mobile is absolutely playing a very important role, starting from browsing till the payment, and also posting a complaint or maybe a redressal for their purchase, whatever they have done. So next, ma'am. My major objectives of the study, the research gap that I have identified is it's a recent study which is conducted in December 2020 for a sample of 327 respondents in Hyderabad. And this study has exclusively focused on three demographics: millennials, Generation X, and baby boomers. And through this research, wanted to highlight how baby boomers are finding it easy to to get use mobile and mobile applications for their decision making. Similarly with Generation X and millennials. And COVID lockdown has really created a greater impact on this end, where every one of us during the lockdown had an opportunity only to buy online. So all the three different demographics had their own versions of influence through the mobile technology. The objective of my study, the primary objective, is to know the impact of this mobile technology in the consumer decision making to make a customer have a seamless customer shopping experience. And my secondary objectives are to know whether the consumers are preferring a retailer's mobile app or a mobile browser, and consumers how they are feeling it safe for doing a payment online, and also whether consumers are using a mobile inside a store also, in store how he is using mobile phone, and also whether the consumer is opting for this new way of delivery, which is very prominent during this COVID also, like BOPIS, which is buy online and pick up in store. And also to identify how the three generations like millennials, Generation X and baby boomers are finding the overall shopping experience through mobile technology. Moving on to my research methodology. Now, next slide, please. Madam, next slide. It is a descriptive and exploratory research, and the sample size is 327 respondents, of which I had 187 millennial, Generation X 121 respondents, and baby boomers 19. And the data collection was done through questionnaire, through an online survey. And the data analysis tools that were used are one-way, ANOVA, and correlation. The major results of my study are that 35% of the respondents opted online shopping for better price deals, and 26% were preferring it only because of the ease of buying. And a very less preference amongst the entire respondents were given for return policies, exchange, complaint resolutions, or comparison between the brands, various brands and prices. From the survey, it is observed that 58% of the respondents preferred user retailer's app over mobile browser. And this study also revealed that 84% of the respondents do a research on the mobile while purchasing the products online. And also they have observed that it is advantageous to check prices and also to customer reviews also and quality ratings also before they make a purchase. 63% of respondents, ma'am, previous slide, please. %63% of the respondents do research on mobile while they're purchasing offline, and also they find it more advantageous because before visiting a store they have complete knowledge about what they're going to buy, and even in store also there is a possibility to browse to check whether the better deals are there in store or online. Next slide, please. 51% of the respondents order online and prefer home delivery, whereas 30% prefer browse product online and buy in store. Whereas 12% of the respondents responded that they look at a product in store and then they prefer buying it on. That means every different respondent, the category of the respondent that have chosen had a different style of purchasing. And only 1% of the people have preferred buy online and pick up in store. And from the survey, it is also observed that 89% of the mobile consumers say that they are more likely to buy it from the apps to have a personalized experience and get more notifications in the way they are searching for the information. It is also inferred from the study that 52% of in-store shoppers use their phones for browsing the product while they are also in store. And 80% of the in-store shoppers are using their mobile phones to search for the product while browsing. So there's a lot of different combination that is being identified and also a variance that is seen. Ma'am, please, next slide. So millennials are having a very good opinion on online shopping and using mobile apps, and they preferred one of my questionnaire question was an open-ended question to ask that which is the most preferred online app to shop. So they preferred, majority of them preferred Amazon as well as Flipkart. So millennials had more favoritism towards purchasing it online, and they also find it very easy, not just during the purchase, pre-purchase, as well as post-purchase also over mobile. Majority of the generation Xers also preferred online, especially during this COVID. They had a lot of opportunity to shop online in various aspects like medicines, groceries. They also have preferred books also to purchase online. They also have minority of the generation X still prefer this touch points, like a physical experience in going to the shop and buying the product. Majority of the baby boomers have preferred traditional shopping over the new generation methods, but they had a positive response towards buying medicines online and also groceries online. So significantly through One Way ANOVA, there was a significant variance in the purchasing styles as well as the preferences towards this particular aspect. So in a very, I'll continue this study more by going with the structural equational model for the further collection, for the further research. Ma'am, last slide, please. The conclusion that I would like to make is that for giving a seamless shopping experience to the customer, every retailer should integrate all the channels and ensure that their product is available through multiple channels. And there should be an integration amongst these channels to give a seamless shopping experience, and that is through omni-channel. And they would get more better performance or customer personalized experience. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Praveena. Is there any question from the members, from the participants, and remark from the panel member side, please?
Shivani, may I?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kavita, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hello. Hello.
Am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am. Please, Kavita, ma'am.
Purina, just let me know what are the variables of your study.
Ma'am,
What you presented, that these things seem to be quite obvious, particularly what all products people are buying through apps. Okay. So I just want to know what are the variables that you study in your paper, both in terms of independent and dependent variables.
Yes, ma'am. I have basically considered three demographic categories, and I have studied the style of purchase pattern and also preference.
What you mean by style of purchase pattern?
How many of them are preferring to browse online and buy offline? That is one style, ma'am. How many of them are trying to prefer browsing online and also buying online? How many of them are trying to prefer looking at the product offline, then making a purchase it online? Ma'am?
Offline, or will they see offline and buy online?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, your voice is little bit. Hello, ma'am. Kavita, ma'am, your voice is
Am I
dropping.
audible?
No, ma'am. Actually, your voice is dropping.
Actually,
If you can
okay.
write in chat box,
I'll write in the
ask.
chat. I'll write in the chat.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Darrell sir, do you have any remark for her? Please.
Hi, my concern is actually on the baby boomers. You have mentioned that most of them aren't yet that comfortable in using mobile phones in ordering. Did you make any considerations, for example, on how to address these problems? Because of course we can't get away with the fact that it really is now the trend to use the mobile phones in ordering and utilizing this in our day-to-day transactions. So did you make any considerations on how this could ease up the burden of the Gen Xers and the baby boomers? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Pravina ma'am, Kavita ma'am was telling that you should add more variables to the study to
Yes,
make more logical research or to add on something very good in your research. She texted on the chat
sure.
box. Right. This was the remarks
Thank
from
you.
ma'am's side. Thank you, Pravina ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, next presentation is of Miss a research scholar, Professor Prince and Dr. Rashmi Prasad. May I have you, please? Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, please unmute yourself. I have your PPT. I'll just
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yeah, please. The next presentation will be of Benilla. Ma'am, give me a minute, please.
Okay, okay.
The next presentation is of Vanilla. Then we have paper code 040. After that, the paper code MM045 is there. After that, MM042. That is Sustainable Business Environment. Dr. Aftab Alam and Jamal Muhammad. You have after Vanilla 45 ke baad, after 45 there is a 42. Yeah, ma'am, please.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Shivani ma'am.
Yeah, welcome, ma'am.
Good afternoon, one and all. First, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the organizers for giving me an opportunity to present my paper at the 12th International Conference, Digitalization as Vehicle for Innovation, Organizational Growth and Effectiveness. Good afternoon, one and all. My paper, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Adina Prince. I'm a research scholar at the Mahatma Gandhi College, Trivandrum, Kerala. And the co-author of this paper is Dr. Rashmi Prasad, my guide, Associate Professor, Department of Commerce, All Saints College, Kerala. The paper which we are going to present is titled Perspectives on Guerrilla Marketing, a Literature Review. First, I would like to give a small introduction regarding the topic. Marketing communication has indeed become a challenging task these days. The exposure to the clutter of conventional marketing campaigns from endless sources and mediums results in consumer fatigue and confusion. So, in order to reach out to the potential customers through this information, it's very important to use novel marketing strategies to create lasting impressions in the minds of customers and connect them closely to the marketed product. To put it in another way, the present day marketing requires the ability to create a lasting impact on the minds of customers. And this can be attained if they find something really interesting and surprising to grasp their attention. This is where guerrilla marketing techniques or guerrilla marketing strategies find their significance. Guerrilla marketing refers to marketing strategies which are used to market products or services through the use of interesting, unconventional, surprising mediums or ways that grasp the attention of the targeted or potential customer. They are the result of intelligent, out-of-the-box thinking thinking of the marketers, which have the power to create lasting impact in the minds of the beholders and also without forcing a fortune to the marketing companies. They were initially preferred for marketing by the small concerns, but with the passage of time, these marketing strategies began to be adopted by the global business giants. Ma'am, could you please pass on to the next slide? The various types of guerrilla marketing are ambient marketing, stealth marketing, ambush marketing, street marketing, and viral marketing. Ambient marketing makes use of the physical environment and its elements to communicate the brand messages to the potential customers who happen to be gathered in the streets and thereby engaging them and enabling them to associate with the brand. Whereas stealth marketing, also referred to as covert or undercover marketing, involves strategies of marketing a product or service to the prospective customers surreptitiously or without their knowledge. Ambush marketing strategies are kind of an aggressive guerrilla marketing strategy, which are used by marketers during, especially during the sports events, employing innovative and diverse ways to divert the customer's attention to themselves instead of the original sponsors of the event, and thereby generating the impression that they are associated with the event, even though they don't have any actual sponsorship rights. Next, could you previous slide, please, ma'am? Previous. Thank you, ma'am. And street marketing promotes products, services, or ideas through evoking customers and engagement through the display in streets, urban localities, through the use of innovative features, artifacts, and other mediums. And the last one is the viral marketing. Is an effective guerrilla marketing strategy where there's an exponential spread of the marketing messages of a product or service online or offline. And here the marketing spreads like a virus. And here the customers are the advertising vehicles of the product or the service. So there is more credibility for viral marketing. Ma'am, next slide, please. The keywords of my study are guerrilla marketing, ambient marketing, ambush marketing, viral marketing, street marketing, and stealth marketing. The research gap fulfilled by my study is that although guerrilla marketing has been a topic of interest to the academic community all around the world, but a lot of research papers have also been covered regarding guerrilla marketing. It was observed that the academic literature regarding guerrilla marketing is highly scattered and fragmented. So it has become imperative to understand the recent developments and changes in the field of guerrilla marketing due to its continuous significance. Hence, the present study was undertaken to fill this gap by presenting an overview of the existing state of knowledge in the field of guerrilla marketing by identifying the main dimensions which were studied by the previous studies during the relevant period. Ma'am, next, please. Ma'am, okay, thank you, ma'am. The objective of my study is to present the main dimensions of study of research papers on guerrilla marketing, which were published during the period from Jan 2011 to June 2020 through adopting a classification scheme that is based on objectives and focus of the study. Next slide, please. This is my research methodology. It's a literature review paper and it's descriptive in nature. And the methodology that I have adopted is as follows. First, the articles were collected from academic databases of Elsevier, Emerald Insight, Springer, and Sage publication. These research papers, which are part of the book, conference proceedings, etc., were not considered for the review. A total of 81 such articles from the above mentioned databases during the relevant period were identified. However, conceptual, theoretical, and literature papers are not considered for the study. On a careful analysis of the papers that were reviewed, the criteria for classifying these research papers were finalized. Accordingly, it was decided to classify the research papers on the basis of two criteria, namely objectives and focus of the study. Finally, a sample of 57 articles which were fit to be classified on the basis of these two criteria were reviewed for the study. Ma'am? These are the results of my study. On the basis of the objectives of the study, we came across that a lot of research papers were focusing on the consumer buying behavior, consumer perception, purchase intention, the implication of guerrilla marketing strategies, brand image, and drivers of successful guerrilla marketing strategies. That's why we decided to classify these objectives on the basis of this criteria. And it was observed that the highest number of studies were concentrated on consumer perception, followed by consumer purchase intention and brand image. Next slide. On the basis of the focus of the study, that is on the type of guerrilla marketing studies that were the theme of the study, the research papers were classified as follows: ambient marketing, ambush marketing, stealth marketing, street marketing, and viral marketing. It was found that majority of the research papers during the relevant period were concentrated on viral marketing as a focus of study, highlighting the increasing significance of the same. The implications and significance of the study are as follows. It has become imperative to understand the recent developments and changes in the field of guerrilla marketing due to its continuing significance. It is presumed that the findings of the present study will be useful to the future research studies to identify the various areas in which guerrilla marketing studies have already been focused on during the relevant period, and also to identify the gaps in the existing literature. And finally, the conclusion is that the literature review of the research papers revealed that there is severe dearth in academic literature concerning guerrilla marketing. Though guerrilla marketing is perceived to be the future of marketing, very limited studies have been conducted on the intricate dimensions of guerrilla marketing. And these are very theoretical, peripheral and theoretical in nature. It has also been noted that majority of research papers during the period were concentrated on viral marketing as a focus of study, highlighting the increasing significance and popularity of the same. Hence, ample amount of research to other guerrilla marketing studies must also be directed to fill the existing gap in academic literature. Academic literature in the field of guerrilla marketing is still in the stage of progress, and several intricate variables influencing the effectiveness of this marketing technique is yet to be discovered. Hence, it is presumed that new theories and concepts discussing the uncovered dimensions of guerrilla marketing will be unfolded by the research studies in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Anita, ma'am. Yes, sir. May I have remarks from the panel members and yeah, ma'am, Kavita, ma'am, and Daryl, sir.
Uh, See, this is basically a conceptual paper.
Yeah, ma'am.
But one thing that why did you exclude the conceptual papers from your database?
Ma'am, basically they were also explaining the same thing which were I was about to explore in my study. So that's why I thought of including only analytical or empirical papers in my study.
Like then there are no variables as such being identified through literature review.
No, ma'am. Only I came up with a classification criteria for identifying the main dimensions that they were focusing. So since it's a literature review paper, I did not include the variables, ma'am.
But then I think it has a very limited scope. Probably, and you will be sending this paper for publication.
Okay, ma'am.
You must try to because just to say that these are the different forms of digital guerrilla marketing which are being practiced, and this is what the state of the literature. So I think that doesn't provide much of the novelty to the paper.
Okay, ma'am.
So until somewhere you just try to find out the key issues, and you try to find out the variables that need to be studied.
Okay, ma'am.
And moreover, since there are different forms of guerrilla marketing,
Yeah, ma'am.
so I think somewhere we need to we may need to carry out research to find out in terms of their effectiveness.
Yeah, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah. May I have remarks from Daryl, sir? Sir, any comment if you want?
I agree with Dr. Kavita when she mentioned that a further focus also is needed. Most especially like what's happening right now. So maybe in the implications part, we could also have a showcase on how the guerrilla marketing is actually utilized or are used in this time of pandemic. What is the most practiced or what is the most suitable with our experience right now.
Okay,
thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ms. Prince.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Now I would like to call upon Ms. Benila Jacob for her presentation. And next to this, the presentation is of MM042. So please be ready with your presentation. Yeah, ma'am, you can proceed, please.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Benila Susan Jacob. I'm a faculty with St. Joseph's College of Commerce. And my research paper is titled Artificial Intelligence in the Changing Landscape of Retail. Now, if a common man is asked what artificial intelligence, and are you aware of artificial intelligence in retail? I don't know how many of us would be willing to accept that they are really aware. But my research study proved otherwise. So I wanted to explore how artificial intelligence is actually changing the retail sector. Earlier, you had a choice of going into a store to purchase a product, and later on, you were not given these nudges to come and buy the product. But that's not the case today. I mean, if you happen to be browsing through any of these apps to purchase any product, and you happen to not buy it, or you put it into your cart, you get virtual nudges. saying you have put this into cart, the price has dropped down further, would you like to purchase these things? So that was the nudging point of my study also. I'm also a victim of these products which are purchased by the nudges of artificial intelligence. They say every research stems from real life. So mine also is stemming from my own practical experiences. Artificial intelligence has basically, taken inroads into every part of the retail sector, whether it be the physical layout of the store, whether it be the supply chain, whether it be pricing products, the radio frequency identification that they use to find out where what products are located, or whether differential prices can be followed in different markets. All those things have changed the landscape of retail. And when you look at supply chain, tracking of products from the procurement to track its delivery, all those things have changed how retail has changed totally. Now, if you look at AI, it's almost like a virtual assistant to you, because when you purchase products, you are also told what are the things that you can buy, right? What are the things that you normally like? So these are algorithms. These are algorithms that tend to study your purchase patterns. And they tend to study your purchase patterns so deeply, unlike a regular salesperson in a store, that they know what you like and what are the things that may be closely related to what you like. So basically, it is, if you ask me, it is invading into your free will somewhere. I am not going to look into the moral aspects of it, but I wanted to look into two things particularly about cross-selling and upselling and impulsive purchase. So those were the things that I looked into when I conducted my study. So when I did my review of literature also, a couple of papers I discussed on, looked into on artificial intelligence. And then there was this one particular book that struck me. It is by Charles Duhigg. It is called as The Power of Habit. Now, Duhigg mentions that there was the study conducted in a store called as Target in US, where women who were pregnant shoppers, they were targeted to find out, and they were sent coupons. So during your first trimester, you're sent a coupon for things that you may use during your first trimester. Or if you just had a baby, or around the time that you're going to have a baby. In US, there are certain laws that require that before you have the baby, you have to have your car seat and prams and everything, and your nursery ready before the baby comes home. So the Target store actually targeted these pregnant women and send them coupons based on their stages of pregnancy, or what level of age that baby was. So those things were what I tried to analyze when I did the intelligence. Now, my study was conducted on 50 respondents, and what I tried to find out is what is their post-purchase behavior. What are they satisfied? Are they unhappy after this? And whether when you are cross-sold products, like say for instance, you go to buy a mobile, you end up buying a panel for it, or you go to buy a TV, a 32-inch TV, you end up buying a 48-inch TV. And what are psychological factors that behind impulsive purchasing behavior? I think now, if you look at it, impulsive purchasing behavior is more artificial intelligence, is because like say for instance, I don't know about generally, but when you buy a particular brand of product, you get recommendations from this AI induced algorithm to tell you that there are these products on sale. So you are basically, like my previous presenter talked about guerrilla marketing and intrusive marketing and all those things. So this is like a guerrilla warfare in marketing. I also wanted to understand the customer perception with regard to the changing retail experience. Like say for instance, are you actually aware there is a machine algorithm that studies your buying pattern and targets you? So that is what I try to understand with my study. And it was mostly an analytical study with purposive sampling, and I conducted an online questionnaire. Then in my percentage analysis, what I found out was around 72% of the customers are aware of the artificial intelligence in AI. I mean, artificial intelligence in retail. And 92%, if you believe it or not, actually happy about it, which means that they are sold products that they want. They are not mis-sold products. They are actually recommended products which the machine thinks. And machine learning is something that it relearns and unlearns itself. So say, for instance, you are recommended a product you do not buy. It will try to readapt and readjust itself to see that whatever that can be sold to you is brought in front of you. So, and then I analyze the purchase behavior, where 61% of them have actually admitted to have been impulsive shoppers. Impulsive shopping is something that has come of age with this online shopping, and how slowly this brick and mortar system is phased out. Now, I also did a regression analysis where my null hypothesis was there is no significant relationship between artificial intelligence and impulsive purchasing behavior. Ma'am, if you can go to the next one. Next, ma'am. The next slide, please. Yeah, so my null hypothesis is actually rejected, which means that there exists actually a significant relationship between impulsive purchase behavior and artificial intelligence. And if you observe closely, gifting yourself something actually makes you happy. They say that you are buying something and gifting it to yourself, so it releases a happy hormone called as dopamine. Now, it's another factor that this happiness is short-lived. I mean, I'm not going into the psychological aspects of it or anything, but just trying to prove to you that, through the study, trying to show it to you that, how, artificial intelligence has slowly penetrated into our daily lives, and, it is slowly taking over our, our sense of free will. Now it's like, you will be shown something, like if you're a hungry person, you will be an apple pie will be kept in front of you and told to you that, would you like to have it, something like that. So my results were that AI has a very significant influence on the psyche of the consumer, and it is a very positive influence. I'm not even saying that it is negatively influencing the consumer. And it's a learned pattern of behavior, because the algorithm tends to relearn itself. And if I were to conclude my paper, I would say that AI is a boom for the seller as well as the buyer. It's a boon for the seller because the seller can sell his products easily. He can entirely replace their manpower, because you just need one machine learning algorithm and it takes care of everything. You don't have to have 100 salesmen all over your store to sell your products, right? From the buyer's perspective, unless you know where to put a stop, it can be very persuasive in nature. And it can be detrimental for us, because whatever happiness that I talked about, the release of the dopamine, it is a very short-lived happiness, right? So if a customer is influenced in moderation, AI is good. Otherwise, it tends to get addictive. And I also want to talk about the Diderot effect AI has. The Diderot effect that the AI has is what makes it very addictive. All right. So it can, from the seller perspective, one more thing I would add, it can give more visibility to their products. Because if I buy, say, for instance, a Sony something today, tomorrow the machine will recommend Sony to me because they think I like those kind of products of that particular brand. So it gives more visibility to the seller. So in a nutshell, what I can say is that AI has a considerable influence on the purchasing pattern of consumer, and what AI recommends has, because it is a learned pattern of our own behavior, it tends to make us happy. But like I said, if it is done in moderation, it is good for us. Otherwise, it tends to get addictive. Thank you.
Thank you, Vanilla ma'am, for such an informative research outcomes. Thank you so much. Yeah, may I have remarks from the panel member side, and if audience is having any questions?
Not specific remarks.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Ma'am, I can't hear you.
Uh, I think Kavita ma'am is not having any remark for your paper. Yeah, Daryl sir,
Okay.
any remark from your side? Daryl sir, may I have? Daryl sir, can you hear me, please? Do you have any remark for her research?
Hi. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time in connecting.
It's okay.
Uh, yes, that was quite a presentation also about artificial intelligence, and I thank the presenter for giving us some highlights. My concern is about earlier we have some discussions about customization. I think AI should also be able to consider this thing since, as we all know, the human touch also is very, very important, and
Exactly.
hoping that this could also be included, although it's kind of difficult, right? But we know for a fact that with the increasing technology that we have right now, maybe, who knows, maybe in the next days to come, we have an option for that already.
Please mute.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Benita.
Thank you, Shivani ma'am, for honoring my request.
Yeah.
It was very nice of you. Thank you so much.
Thank
And have
you.
a good day,
Good
all
day.
of you.
Okay. I have a request to every participant, every presenters that be in the session. Don't leave the session if your presentation is completed. So please be there. Now, next, I would like to call upon Dr. Aftab Alam to present his research paper. Just give me a minute. Yeah, Mr. Aftab, Dr. Aftab Alam, sir, may I have you? Can you please start your video?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Wait a minute, sir. I'll share your PPT. And the next, I would like to call the paper number 048, MM048. Mr. Anuj Kumar. Do we have Mr. Anuj Kumar? No. Okay. The next is MM061. That is Dr. B. Mamatha. So do we have Dr. B. Mamatha? No. Okay. MM062, Dr. Anand Thakur and Miss Manpreet Kaur.
Yes, ma'am, we are here, ma'am.
Okay, sir, you are next for the presentation.
Okay, ma'am. We'll be ready, ma'am.
Okay, sir, thank you. Yeah, Dr. Aftab, please proceed with your presentation.
Very good afternoon to all dignitaries over the globe. Really, it's my great pleasure to present my topic on sustainable business environment vis-a-vis building brand equity of FMCG organic products. This is the topic which is meant for my presentation of the day. We, along with my co-guide Syed Jamal, we are just together presenting this one. The topic itself is a very, very important itself because today is the need of this, particularly after declaration of sustainability. Business has become as order of the day. Everybody is keep concentrating over the sustainable business, and while talking about the sustainable, it's become order of the day. So my concern of the topic of discussion is sustainable business vis-a-vis building brand. So what I brought in my presentation is I have chosen the topic of organic products with related to the FMCG. How once we chose select a sustainable business, which has to be make as a brand equity, keeping in view to make it as a FMCG for the larger interest of organic products. Please. So my keywords during my presentation, overall, this paper is uh, sustainability, organic, branding, and FMCG. Variables regarding, I have put it sustainability uh, as well as sustainability of the business environments. Next, please. Hello. Sustainability of business environment, uh, building brand equity, FMCG organic products. So these are my variables of the study. As I in the beginning told about today, the sustainability itself become as order of the day, and people are more concerned about to know about while talking and doing any business. We must have to concentrate what exactly it is meant for. Sustainability is concerned for sustainable plus ET, yani something related to uh, composition of sustainable. If we start the beginning to sustain means give support. So while making any business, be it a small, medium, or giants, whatever, we must have to keep in touch with this particular to making business as hold up, to bear, to keep up. So as Mr. Daniel Christians has already, next slide please, has already given his definition. Sustainability business particularly has just given a triangular form of this presentation. Next slide please, Shivani. After this particular, yeah. This particular sustainable business, I have just put up something related to uh, uh, triple bottom of this term that before this slide. It was written over there. I am more concerned about economic, environment, social, and governance. These all things are related with the sustainable business. So while doing any sustainable business, it requires an environment. So what exactly environment related to? It generally addresses two main categories. First is the effect has on environment, and second is effect business has this environment with related to the society, as well as it covers all related to the labor relations, human rights, environmental impacts, climate, jobs, economic, and various kind of things which is related to sustainability. Next, please. Sustainability business, as I told about it earlier, so I am more concerned about sustainability for business or for what. So I am here for the business of FMCG organic products, under which I have just gone through in my paper to advent the sustainable business here. We can elaborate uh, uh, efficacies of the organic, as well as conceptually how it's diversified, as well as key issues related to the discussion, find how the cadence of overall the organic products is carrying on, and its demand is overall, and the sustainability, which is basically is meant for a green uh, organic products, refers to the food that are safe, fine quality, nutritious, as well as the healthy to the consumers. That's why I have gone through in my research. Next, please. uh, I have just found during my research, so there is a certain gaps. There have been found some specific gaps. First gap was I was just going through good compatibility with the regime, environmental knowledge, targeting consumers, and one. I have just gone through different papers, through literature survey, whereas this main focus has already been found, which I just put across before you. And after going this in nutshell, what the gaps I have found. The next, please. In the nutshell, next, please. Next slide, please. This is the final. I have just gone through this gap. I found it. The gap usually is being found here is gap is society in between educated and uneducated. The gaps in society between educated and uneducated, income, behavioral aspects, gender awareness, where the female are found more aware about the organic products. And the secondly, what I found, it is also found that organic foods are usually of more expensive because its processing, the production expenses are steeper because farmers demand more labor force in producing organic products are more costly, which needs a proper strategy to create value-based customization. This is what I have just gone, this particular gaps during my research. So how I have just gone through this. Next slide, please. Uh, to fulfill the gaps, I have just chosen certain criteria through my questionnaire, a structure questionnaire, and procurement of this questionnaire. I have just gone through this particular impact of sustainable business vis-a-vis organic products. How? So impact, how it's happened. Business organic is concerned here. We can expedite it through different indicators: organic architecture, agriculture, key indicators among top countries, countries covered under their respective survey, comparison between 2 years. Uh, Different process have just gone through during my research, and I have just got this impact of sustainable business. Uh, these figures can make credence in order to quantify the efficacy of sustainability of business in general and FMCG organic products in particular. Next, please. This is in general. I have just given what exactly where the organic products is coming on. So while going and just having a look on this particular, so we can just have a look on this, how the organic agriculture is going. And this is the secondary data I have just got from through FIBL survey 2019. Next slide, please. And this is these are the countries where it's cover survey of the organic agriculture. They also just got from FIBL survey. This is what it's showing, how the countries per region, countries with data of organic agriculture, share of the countries that provided data in percentage. So overall, just we are just just getting some credence of what exactly it is and what are the importance of it all about. Next, please. So there are the 10 countries with the largest markets of the organic food have just given as a just example of this particular to justify our credence, how its organic products is going on, and it's very important keeping in view to make it FMCG products as a main our study. So this is showing how it's coming up, and it's in the million and million euro is just getting some business on this particular in all about all over the country and all over the world. Next, please. 10 the countries with the highest organic shares, which is also just going. I'm just escaping this time constraint is there. So I'm just coming up the main exactly what I have just gone through. Next, please. This or Indian organic foods market. This is the crux of this particularly where the Indian organic foods market is all about. Indian organic food beverages consumption has grown in recent years due to its advanced demographic dividend, and based on this source FIBL 2020, we have just gained it's very much growing and upswing, and it's very much demanded, and it's a model year which we are just seeing that its sales reach $69 million, and it's estimated further rise 12% in model year 2020. So it shows like it's a surging and it's demand more and it's may become as an order of the day. The next, please. Next slide. So these top organic products production in the different modern year 2018-19, when you see these are the states where all are just getting very good credence as per the APEDA survey. And organic next please. Next. Organic crop production overall is there. So my study of hypothesis of the objective of study is to find out consumers' environment concerned over positively, to find out what impact carry on their attitude towards buying organic food, then finding out consumers' preference while buying organic products, how consumers have knowledge and its impact on their attitudes towards buying organic food. The hypothesis after going through the findings, if these are our objective were there, and a hypothesis based on that, my objective I just pointed out, highlighting the trends of consumers and suggesting certain strategies of future markets of organic products farming. Based on that, hypothesis is being made here is organic products are more health conscious and feasible to the sustainable business environment. And the secondly is hypothesis is made after going through the literature survey and finding gaps, that is organic product business can pave the way, brand building as being its FMCG nature in particular. So this is my hypothesis. Next, please. Detailed research methodology I have just gone through to discuss and justify my topic. Nature of study sample, I have just taken around 50 randomly questions in general procured focus with Delhi NCR, descriptive experiment, sample design, and nature of the study based on behavioral study of sustainable business environment vis-a-vis building brand equity of FMCG organic products. A research design is made based on a structured questionnaire, use 5-point Likert scale, tools for data collection primarily based on a structured questionnaire in Delhi NCR. Tools for data analysis was analyzed using SPSS version 25. The categorical nominal and ordinal variables were analyzed using chi-square test. Pearson correlation was used to study the relationship between consumers' environmental concern over positive impact on their attitudes towards buying organic food and out consumer food out. This is the result I have just gone through demographic data analysis. Overall, based on different my questionnaire, gender, age, and marital status. Something inference I have just put in the next. The data is showing like based on this particular the chi-square value and the p-values is showing not very up to the mark, and something is required. There is a variance. Something is very concerned with this particular. The next result of this particular next inference is there. So result of this study is showing that demographic details of the study participants were presented in table 1. There were more respondents from the state Delhi, followed by Uttar Pradesh. Regarding gender, 75% respondents were male, 25% respondents were female. Regarding marital status, participants show 68.8% were married and respondents were single. Next, please. So implication and significance of the result is also showing with various criteria based on sources of awareness of their effectiveness in providing information regarding organic products. This table shows how much people are aware. As a result inference, I can just show you in the next slide, please. This table shows that how would you describe your level of awareness. Majority of the variables on awareness about organic products respondents were chosen high and very high level. Means score, all the respondents were questioned on how would you describe your level of awareness about organic was found to be 3.4. The question on I am aware about this is showing as not very significant, and the results show that 64% participants were
Sir,
not very
sorry for the interruption, sir. We have limited time, so I think.
okay. Please come to the next, please. Next slide, please.
Please.
Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Findings, I can just put it. Overall findings of my topic is Delhi NCR market for doing sustainable organic product is known as a prime location since it's capital city and people hailing from all parts of the country here. Hence, to making organic products as incredible is paramount here. People are well aware about its use being its character of the environment. The study also reveals that relationship between a score of consumers' environmental concern over positive impact on their attitude towards buying organic food are significantly linear relationship. Regarding preference of buying organic products, it is found that people mostly prefer food and cosmetic of clothes. Lastly, it was also found during the study that people are more conscious towards health and branded products. Health and suggestion in this regard to keep concentrating of organic products or most trusted company so that it may create substantial faith of being its branded as FMCG and equity overall of sustainable business. Next, please. Conclusion overall gives an insight to explore need-based facts and preference of the consumers in general and Delhi NCR in particular. And entire study found that there are some hindrance in free market operations and its costly affairs propensities, but it could be eased subject to the compact strategic policies of the government in maintaining its licensing formula and giving some reprieve to the growers through fast track procedures. If we keep concentrating towards these factors, then organic product businesses could be more feasible and self-sustainable, and in future may be substantial part of the building brand. And in the last 2 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, may I have remarks from the judge, from the panel members, or any question? Any question from audience side or any mark? Darrell sir or Kavita ma'am? Okay, fine. Thank you, Aftab sir, for your presentation. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Okay, there is an announcement for all the participants. Please stick with your time limit because as we have national and international guests from across the world, so we have to stick on the time. So please complete your presentation within 6 minutes, and you know. And you should focus only on two three aspects which are very important. First is objective variables, objective RM, and your conclusion, the findings. Don't go for the introduction part, please. Yeah, the next presentation is of code number MM062 by Dr. Anand Thakur and Miss Manpreet Kaur. Okay, I have your PPT, ma'am. 0062. Yeah, I have. So just give me a time. I'll share the screen. May I have Dr. Anand Thakur or Manpreet, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Please open your video. Have you? Manpreet, ma'am, can you please open your video?
Yes, ma'am.
Please. Yeah, please start. And please be strict about the time limit. Everyone.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone. I, Manpreet Kaur, research scholar at Central University of Punjab. Today's my topic is the relationship among personality trait, personal value, and workforce diversity, a conceptual framework. Firstly, I give brief introduction of this topic, which is that in every organization, the use of personality trait and personal value in the right direction and to manage diverse workforce is an important task in 21st century. The success intro part, ma'am, please. The success of every organization depends upon its diverse and skillful diverse workforce. As organizational flourish, then it becomes more important than how organizations are attracted toward diverse workforce. Personality data and personal value plays a very important role to shape the personality of a particular individual working in the organization. Personality trait consists of 5 factors like openness to experience, consciousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. These traits generally remain stable in usual circumstances and may vary in difficult time. And personal value include various factors like creativity, courage, understanding, learning, etc. Personal value plays a very important role to determine the personality of a particular individual. Previous study revealed that many individual and environmental factors influence employee performance at workplace. In this situation, it becomes more important to manage performance of employees when organizations are dealing with the diverse workforce. So organizations should take advantage of using the inferential traits of personality trait of employees. Then relevance of Big Five model. Big Five model plays a very major role to determine the personality of an individual working in the organization. Big Five model help to understand which role suit best to a particular person in the organization. Then it also help to explore the personality of an individual. The company leader plays a very major role to boost morale in employees. If the company leader has a deeper knowledge of Big Five model of personality trait, then it can be utilized to build a strong relation between manager and its worker. So organization can choose various models and theories like MTA model and Big Five model to determine the personality of employee working in the organization. Next slide, ma'am. Next, the objective of the study. The main objective of the study aimed to examine the relationship between personality trait, personal value, and workforce diversity. Next. Then there is the research gap. In the research gap, there is good number of researchers found good number of research has been conducted on importance of personality trait, personal value, but there is little or no studies have been conducted on the challenges faced by organizations which are dealing with the diverse workforce and to manage it using their personality trait and personal values. Next, ma'am. In literature view, there is 15 papers are discussed. One of those papers relating to personality trait and performance written by Durkhan, and its main objective to focus on association of personality trait and performance parameter. And I found that personality trait have positive influence the performance of employees working in the organization. But in personality trait, it consists one trait which is neuroticism, which is negatively correlated with performance because it consists various negative features like depression, anxiety, etc. So next slide, ma'am. So this is the all part of the literature review. Next part. Next slide, ma'am. So conceptual framework. Yes, ma'am. This. In the conceptual framework, it is discussed the all part of its conceptual framework of personality trait, personal value, and workforce diversity. As we know that organization performance depends upon organization culture, organization structure, and organization structure consists of 3 factors like personality trait, personal value, and workforce diversity. As we previously discussed that personality trait consists 5 factors: openness to experience, consciousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. And personal value consists creativity, courage, understanding, etc. And workforce diversity in the workforce diversity, organization may employ workers on the basis of age variation, cultural background, professional qualification, experience, and generation differences, etc. So organization can take advantage of workforce diversity, which may lead the organization toward the success, and organization can take advantage to maximize its productivity and expand their business. in the discussion part, all the conceptual framework is discussed. Next, implication slide mein. In the implication, in this paper, influence of personality trait, personal value on diverse workforce at workplace has been explored. It is suggested that leader of a company must recognize the traits and values of worker so that which can be utilized to accomplish the goals of an organization. Next slide, ma'am. Observation. When organizations are dealing with a diverse workforce, then they face many problems which can be overcome using personality trait and personal values of workers and leaders of that organization. Based on extensive research, the following observation will be observed. Which is that there is communication gap between management and its worker when organization dealing with a diverse workforce. So there must be proper communication between management and worker so that they can both contribute to objectives of the company. Second one, there is a lack of adequate skill and knowledge among worker and leaders when organization deal with diverse workforce. So organization's leader and manager must have skill and knowledge that how to take maximum advantage of diverse workforce. Next problem is lack of participation of worker in making plans and giving suggestions. In every organization, it is observed that there is less participation of worker in making plans and giving suggestions. So, if organization want to expand their business, so participation of worker is must, and organization must give freedom to worker so that they can contribute their ideas and suggestion as well into achieving the objective of the organization. Next problem is lack of training and motivational program for employees in improving their skill and efficiency to take maximum advantage of the employees. So organizations leader must prefer to give training and motivational program for employees so that they can contribute to achieving the organization objective of the organization. Next slide, ma'am. Conclusion. In the present context, with the increasing competition and limited resources, retention of employees become even more important for the organization. The company should understand the significance of diverse workforce, the personality trait, and personal values. Then, to achieving organization goal, there must be proper management of diverse workforce and utilize their personality trait and values of worker in an appropriate manner. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Manpreet Kaur. Okay, and any question from the audience side, please? Any remark from the Kavita ma'am and Daryl sir?
No, sir. Since I lost my connectivity. So
Okay,
I
ma'am.
do not have any question, please.
Thank you.
Yeah, hello Shivani ma'am. Sorry, actually, because of network connectivity, I also got some technical problem in the beginning.
It's okay, sir. It's okay. No issue in that. It's okay, sir. Okay, Manpreet ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, next presentation. Now I will call upon Mr. Anuj Kumar. May I have Mr. Anuj Kumar? Are you there? Hello.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay.
Can I share my screen?
Paper code, yeah, sure. Paper code MM048.
Please enable the screen sharing.
Yeah, wait, just a minute, please.
Okay.
Is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Yeah, please start, sir. Please be strict on the time limit because we have to finish by 5 o'clock. So
Okay.
please.
So this
be stick on your findings and your research methodology and objective. That will be more better, I think.
Research methodology. This paper is not like a typical research in which research methodology and all. This is basically a viewpoint.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
This is basically a viewpoint-based paper. The title of the paper is Innovative Usage of Social Media Marketing During COVID-19 Pandemic. The authors, you can see the 4 authors are there. I'm presenting on behalf of all present author. If we go to the another slide, ma'am, keywords.
Okay, sir.
The keywords like social media tools, marketing, COVID-19, technology, and innovation. We are actually giving a viewpoint on the basis of all the, there's not much studies done on this topic in like COVID-19 time, how the social media role have been changed prior, like social media and its importance. No one can deny the importance of social media in this time of pandemic. If you see the leadership of Jacinda, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, she was most effective in tackling this COVID-19 pandemic. At the same time, she effectively used her social media. Nowadays, many of the organizations, whether it's SMEs or large organizations, they are effectively using social media tools like Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and other social media site, Twitter, for connecting with their employees, at the same time getting work done within the time. Social media, the definitions of social media is already written in this slide. At the same time, what are the, ma'am, next slide please. Yeah, benefits of having your brand on social media. We already know you can monitor the progress. Your websites can be, can be at what you can say, you can start going global since the time of your inception. The social media can help you can easily target the niche market segment. Also, you can keep yourself updated, and can have a two-way communication with your customers. Now, next slide. The objective of this study to analyze the role of social media tools during COVID-19 pandemic, and to explore how COVID-19 changed the social media management. What are the social media tools? Now, next slide. Social media tools like Facebook, blogs, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. If we explore how the social media adoption has been changed, if we talk about these 5 tools, Facebook and all, prior to like time to post on Facebook. Earlier, it was like seen that people used to post around like 1 to 2 p.m. on Facebook. But while during the pandemic, how it got changed during the pandemic, the best time to post on Facebook was on Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday, and that too between 10 to 11 a.m. So people started using that Facebook tool in the during that working hours, sharing information, doing virtual conferences, doing meetings. Facebook has come up with one app, and that app is giving you that the flexibility to have virtual conferences. Time to post on Instagram. The timing to post on Instagram was much similar like in Facebook in the pandemic. People are posting on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays when there were less frequency previously. Post on Twitter, there is so much no such consistent change being shown in Twitter as in comparison to Facebook or Instagram. But there are certain deviation are there in comparison to the normal timing. LinkedIn, if you see LinkedIn posts are increased like anything. At the same time, best time to post on LinkedIn by several researchers who have we have referenced in our paper is like Wednesday 3 p.m. There are unfortunately it is like many people have lost their job during this pandemic. So LinkedIn is the platform which has been explored in like anything. At the same time, Thursday between 9 to 10 a.m. LinkedIn always busy. Friday 11 a.m. always busy. There is a change in the brand behavior throughout this pandemic. There has been a large increase in the sent volume messages, such as organizations. Which organizations are sending messages in volume? Healthcare, entertainment, media. Audience engagement has been changed. Changes in audience behavior. Prior, there was no such environment of conferences. If we talk about, and please change the slide. yeah, economic and attitude shift at tectonic level. How the economic and there is attitude shift. Previous, yes, Great Depression. One can compare this situation of COVID-19 with the Great Depression. People are many employees have lost their jobs. Economies are going down. GDPs are going down. Less of manufacturing. People are moving from consumerism concept prior. If we see in the last 10 years, we were living in the world where last 2 decades market were driven by consumerism. This could drastically change in the period ahead as people tend to simplify life. Anti-consumerism. People are much more concerned about normal things. They want health and safety. Job scenarios putting brakes on credit card loan habits. Emerging habits are getting shaped by positive reinforcement of the choices, with gathering of social ceremonies and the graduation being out of the question. No social ceremonies, no parties and all. The only thing most of the time, where the consumers is spending, where the employees are spending, most of the time they are spending on the social media, either to connect, either to search, either it is product, it is selling, buying, searching for jobs, whatever it is. Innovation all the way. Next slide, please. The key pointers: innovation all the ways, learn, unlearn, and relearn. Way of reaching customers and audiences. Social media has completely changed the way of reaching customers and audiences. In a study done by Government of India, they have mentioned in their report, like many of the Indian SME segment, they primarily were not using these social media tools for reaching the customers, but now they are changing themselves, because already like 70% of SMEs are running out of cash. If they will not use social media tools for reaching out the consumers, how they will sell their products? Only those businesses are doing good who are using social media effectively. Another innovation in the old way. Another part innovation you can see, like usage of social media in hospitals, healthcare. They are also using social media during telepathy and all. Another is like challenges of information anarchy. When you are using social media, there are also challenges of information anarchy.
So your
In
time
a
is
minute
over.
of
Sorry
time,
for the interruption. Your time is over. So if you can just finish it in the conclusion.
this is the last slide conclusion. Social media, which earlier was considered as a means of personal entertainment, during the pandemic time has emerged as one size fits all multi-purpose fleet of vehicles, be it personal or community communication, be it governmental, municipal or authority guidance, anywhere, any industry you talk about. Social media is like uh, given a comfort either to government, to private industry. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your presentation.
No, Shivani, no specific comment.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for the presentation. The next, I would like to call upon paper code 05 052, a review of literature of social media marketing in higher education. Miss Megha Umesh. Miss Megha, are you there? Megha, ma'am, you're not audible. Please. Hello. So, ma'am, please reconnect your audio. Hello. Ma'am, you're not audible properly. Please rejoin this meeting. Please rejoin the meeting. Okay. Wait for a minute. May I have Miss Ashish Barve? Are you there?
Yeah, I am here, Shivani.
Okay. Have you shared PPT with me? 068.
I had, but if you want, I can share my screen and start in the interest of time.
No, I'll share my. It's okay, fine. You can also share your screen. No issue. Wait a minute. I'll give you the rights. So can you give rights to sir? Yeah, sir. Please share.
Ma'am, now it is okay?
Ma'am, actually, I called to Ashish sir.
No problem, no problem, no problem. I can wait. Thank you.
Okay, please.
Just let me know if my screen is visible and you can hear to me.
Yeah, visible. Please proceed, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Please be strict on the time limit.
Oh, I mean, before well within, and I will try to cut it as low as possible.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you.
The title is The Sway of COVID-19 on the Online Shopping Trends of Indians. So it includes both the things, Indian companies which are offering the digital shopping platforms as well as the customers both. It's exploratory study. So keywords is digital shopping, COVID-19 pandemic, its impact, and the Amazon, Flipkart, eBay, and Mantra. Variable, so it's an exploratory study, so there is no very hard defined variables is here, but that the innovations whatever has been come up and the new idea, employee support, customer support, rate of recovery, deliveries post pandemic, and drop in price and offers, these were the variables or the informations I had tried to look into this particular paper. A research gap is something how digital shopping companies in India face challenges during COVID-19 pandemic and how they, I mean, that it's a sole focus. As such, there is no predefined hypothesis, but you can say the objective is something, what is the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on online shopping platforms? And then what are the strategies and the measures companies took to overcome on the business ask during the unlocking period? Methodology was a desk research and secondary data, and since there was not much of a data is available, it is simply the analysis were taken on the Excel only, and no, I mean, I was willing to use the R and Python, but data were not available. The result of a study and discussions, let us straightforward come on to that in the interest of time. There are certain things which has come into the planning, how the companies has planned the various circumstances and business was impacted. And then they try to extend the support during their employees during the lockdown, as well as when the situation was becoming normal during unlockdown. The companies started giving support to the employees, like the flexible working hours. They had also given the paid holidays. Certain companies also given them the various security kits and so on. The repercussions is something that how they are willing to cope up for the losses which has occurred during the lockdown. And then finally, there are so many innovative techniques and which companies has taken, and that is the most wonderful part, how they absorbed the losses which has occurred because business was shut down. And then once the normal situation was gradually becoming normal, there was no clue how to proceed, because still during I think for the sake of these, just taking a couple of seconds for the international audience, the situation in India was quite different. Unlike the various countries where there was unlockdown, there are certain containment zones. The country was partially opening up, and so many restrictions were there. So logistics was becoming a key constraint for the companies as well as the employees who are providing the services and goods. The key things which was actually taken by certain companies, the Amazon was having emphasis on no cash on deliveries. They were trying to avoid the contact with the customers and given those type of the things. So the same thing they had also used in their advertising agencies. Mantra was working more, has emphasis more on the employees, whether most of the employees were working from the home, they had extended the flexible working homes and innovation in the product offerings. The first, if just for the information of everybody, Mantra has come up with a very novel idea, matching face masks with the various designer clothes, clothing products, what they're offering. Flipkart has a more emphasis on the logistics, where say the deep cleaning of the warehouses and workplaces, frequent cleaning and security measures that have been taken. And then the smart buy, no cash on delivery was taken by the Flipkart. eBay is something where, I mean, this is the one company which got the most hit because many of the products are imported and they don't have that such a very strong presence in India, particularly in consumer market. So their operations and procedures got the most hit. This particular graph shows that the percentage increase what has come up particular and the various companies has taken, Amazon, Flipkart, eBay and Myntra, percentage increase during pre-COVID and post-COVID pandemic. Just to conclude, I mean, what we can say, these are the observations that leading digital shopping platforms were able to mitigate logistic challenges occurred during the unlockdowns in the COVID-19. Companies has also have been controlling the spread of COVID-19 to some extent by providing goods at the customer's doorsteps, because if these digital shopping platforms were not available, people has to go out and buy the goods. So we can also infer this. This is not evidence, but we can always infer that yes, they had helped in the mass spread of the COVID-19. Many new sellers started leveraging these platforms for increasing in the reach to their reach and to enhance the customer base, particularly various your next door kirana stores. They had actually come up to the various on digital shopping platforms, and particularly in apps like Swiggy, they had started coming up and they started modifying their business and shifting from directly from the cooked food to the groceries. Now companies has become more caring about the hygienic deliveries and more concerned towards the employees and the society. I mean, that is the good part we can see in terms of the company, I mean, the better outcome of these adverse situations. And like many fellow researchers has already said, that many new customers started using this online shopping. Thus, we can anticipate this period as a boosting catalyst for the online shopping in the future. That's all from my side. It's an exploratory study. I knew that a lot can be contributed. For the same, the suggestions from all of you are welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ashish, sir. Yeah, may I have remarks from the judges, from the panel members, please?
Sorry, nothing specific. The only thing that the paper is very much in an exploratory stage,
Okay.
and I don't find there's anything all being available in the public platform, the all information.
Okay.
So I hope the researcher will develop some good paper out of it. Right?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Ashish, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. The next presentation is of code number MM052.
Yeah, I'm enough audible, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, may I know your name, please? Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's Nigam Meghomesh.
Nigam. Have you shared your PPT 00?
Study of social media in higher education institution marketing.
Have you shared your PPT with me, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Can you just check your email?
Yeah.
Or might be a WhatsApp.
Yeah, wait a minute. You have just forwarded, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, please. You may start, please. Please start, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, fine. Okay, so my name is Megha Nigam. I'm basically a research scholar in Bharatiya Skill Development University, Jaipur. So thanks to organizer for giving me an opportunity to participate in a conference. Topic of my today's paper is study of social media in higher education institution marketing. It is basically a review of literature. So in next few minutes, I'm going to cover the points like introduction, objective, methodology, literature review, research gap of the studies, future scope of the study, and conclusions. As we know, marketing in a higher education is a very growing field of research, and especially when we are talking, and similarly when we are talking about university, social media marketing also very growing field of research. Ma'am, can you please jump to the introduction part? Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. So as we know, higher education marketing is a growing field of research, but very limited studies available on social media marketing in education sector. As we all aware, and we are a part of somewhere in the university college, we know today's because of COVID-19, a lot of due to factors, social media is become one of the major marketing tool. So no doubt higher education is also part of that. But most of the practices of marketing in higher education, when we are talking about social media marketing in terms, it lacks underdeveloped and lack strategic recognition. So marketing through a social media technology in the digital era has become a very crucial technology for admission purpose. So there is a need to understand the effectiveness of this strategy influencing the behavioral intention of the students. Can you, ma'am, can you please next slide? India is the highest and oldest education system. It includes approximately 935 university, in which 409 is state university, 127 deemed university, 50 central university, 349 private university. So we can say Indian higher education has having about $40 billion per year market size. And in terms of number of enrollment, India is the third largest education system in the world. So you can we can realize how the importance is the education market in the India, and how it is important to understand the important to advertise through social media marketing. Ma'am, can you please next? Indian higher education needs hence proper strategy to understand the students' needs. Social media is, as I told, very important tool for the recruitment purposes. But very few study, or we can say very limited study, is focusing on the to understand the student intention using social media marketing. Can you, ma'am, please next? Hence, my objective of my study is initially to review the all available study materials. Hence, I have done to survey the accessible written books via using social media marketing, which is fundamentally identifying with the higher education institutions to discover the future extent of study. As it is a review of literature, so I am basically have done some study on my authors, which is I already have done some study related studies to understand what are the research gaps. Ma'am, next please. So as in my best study, in methodological part, it is based on systematic review process, which is concentrating mainly on social media marketing utilized by higher education institution. So the study depends on secondary data like books, literature review, study material available on different sites to find the research gap. Study material by social media marketing and its uses has been analyzed for the conclusion. Next, please, ma'am.
Ma'am, we have time limit. Can you just, if possible,
Yeah,
you can
sure.
skip the
So these are the some literature review, which is I have done. Ma'am, next slide, please. So marketing and higher education institution has recognized the importance by various authors. As next slide, as I have told, means I have given some references which shows the importance of how the social media has become a marketing tool. Next, ma'am. Hence, important to understand the social media marketing, and it is a vehicle for the importance of social media marketing platforms like LinkedIn, or we can say Facebook, are various networking side has been, I have understand with the help of these reviewers how it is important to understand. Next slide, ma'am. As it is a vehicle of education marketing, biggest reason of advancement and development in advance through the showcasing and institution. Hence, institution must need to engage to how to use the technology, specifically social media marketing, to target the specific audience, means students. Next slide, ma'am. Next slide, ma'am. But when we are talking about the education marketing through social media, still there are a lot of gaps, or we can say there are a lot of practical practices are lacking in colleges and universities. So hence it is very important to understand this why there is a gap and how we can overcome, especially when we are talking about the colleges and university, those who are targeting students, those who want to spending a lot of amount of money, but they are not exactly able to targeting the students. And it is important to understand to effectively use of social media. Next, ma'am. So as I mentioned, the acceptance of technology is done by almost from all students, especially in the talking about the age group of 16 to 22 or 25. There, I have done. I have find that there is a one important model. Ma'am, can you just go to the next previous slide? A UTOT model, which is targeting the use behavioral intention of the consumer. Next slide, ma'am. Next slide, ma'am. It is based on these theories. As due to limitation of time, I am unable to explain this model properly. Next slide, ma'am. Next slide, ma'am. So I have basically identified the research gap. The admission management team has to find out the student intention so it can be effectively use the social media marketing. Next, ma'am. So in my future scope of studies, I'm basically interested to use this model, UTOT model, to understand how we can effectively use this model and find out the gaps, and this can help the marketing team and policy makers to able to uh, channelize this social media marketing effectively. Conclusion, ma'am. Last slide. So as I mentioned, very limited research is available in social media marketing higher education sector. So after doing the different literature review, I would like to recommend for my further studies I should use to study the impact of social media marketing and student choice for admission in India, particularly I'm targeting. It helps the admission management team and policy makers to decide the effective social marketing strategy during the admission process. Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. Any question, ma'am?
Yeah, audience, any questions? Hello. Any remark from the panel member side?
No specific.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am,
Thank you, ma'am.
for your presentation. The next presentation is of Mr. Jitu Ram, code
Yeah.
number MM070.
Yes, ma'am. I'm available.
Okay, 707. What was the code? 070. After that, the presentation I have already posted in the chat box.
Ma'am, can I share my screen?
Yeah, you can share your screen also.
Yeah, just I'll share my.
So right.
Yeah. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not consuming much time. So thank you for this wonderful opportunity to present my paper over here. And the topic is like consumer attitude towards the new norms of life. That is basically face mask and hand sanitizers. As all of you know that we are going through a pandemic situation. So based on this situation, we have studied this particular topic. And for this, I use some keywords like PE shield, then COVID-19, new normal, and new marketing strategies. What is new normal and how we are adopting the new normal situations, all these things. used variables like new norm of life and customer attitude. So I basically the study goes through this customer attitude as well as how they are adopted with the new normal of life. And the research gap is the same thing which I have already explained. There were no study based on this thing because the pandemic happened right, just before 10 months back. So this is there is a gap to identify the problem and how the customers attitude towards this particular situation. And objective of the study, as I mentioned, to analyze the attitude of customers while purchasing masks and sanitizers, and to understand the factors that influence buying behavior of consumers while shopping for the mask. And for this we have chosen especially Peter England as a producer of the mask. Then our hypothesis was there is no significant relation between psychological factors that like perception and consumer buying behavior, and the satisfaction is linear relation with the intention of continuous usage of mask and sanitizers. And it was an exploratory in nature. The study was an exploratory, and we have taken 250 respondents based on some 3 parameters and conducted a study there with the help of questionnaire as well as the analysis part we have done through symbol percentage, chi-square test, ANOVA, and correlation. And this study gave the result like found that the attributes, consumers' behavior, and psychological factor, that is perception, are interdependent. They're having some behavioral pattern based on the perception, and some factors like monthly income is also depending on this consumer's behavior. Most probably we found that we have conducted this study in Kerala, and it is like as part of the company side we did something for the company, and we found that some districts are not having their particular shops or something. So that is one result that is not necessary for this thing. And finally the implications comes, it is like consumer behavior and perception of quality are found to be interdependent. The quality, because this pandemic situation is very much affected everyone, and every people are focusing on their health and their protection. So quality of the product was very main focus by the customers. Customers found the product to be right quality and are highly satisfied with the product if the product is having high quality. And mainly they are some most of the time they were not ready to adopt the situation, like wearing mask was somewhat irritating them. But when it come to a reality, like they realized the reality, then it was uh, their self desire to make use of this mask, and that for that also they are having a tendency it should be N95 or that kind of quality mask. So people are very focused on their mask and protection, and that was the conclusion from my study. And the time is very less, so that I'm just concluded with this thing. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a brief presentation and very informative presentation. Thank you so
Anybody?
much. Yeah, any remark from the judges and questions from the audience side?
Can you just tell us about the statements that you asked for attitude measurement?
Ma'am,
Yeah,
yeah.
measuring attitude. What were the questions did you ask?
We have asked about their attitude is like they were reluctant to buy the product. First of all, they were reluctant to buy the product because we are not using this product for last time, and it is a situation which forced us to use the thing. So they were reluctant to use the mask, and how they are adjusted with the new life. And also, yeah, and also once it took 2-3 months time. Actually, when we started the lockdown during March of this year, and after that we have taken 3 months time to complete the study. And first is they were reluctant, and after that they were using mask in order to be secure or to be safe from this.
So it was towards act of wearing mask. Attitude towards
act of wearing mask.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ah,
fine. Thank you, sir. Thanks for
okay.
the presentation.
Thank you for the opportunity. Ma'am, I'll stop my screen sharing.
Thank you so much. The next presentation is of code MM076, Dr. Alpa. May I have Dr. Alpa, please?
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Alpa ma'am. Please open
Am
your
I
video.
audible?
Yeah, you are audible. I have shared your PPT here, so please
Okay.
proceed.
Okay.
Will you please start your video?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. And I will first, I would like to thank you to everyone for giving me opportunity for presenting my paper in the conference, 12th International Conference. So I am Dr. Alpa Shrivastava, and my topic of presentation is marketing opportunity and endurance, digital thirst versus digital trust. Actually, we know in the present world that we get the SMS alerts, bank notification details, as well as the notification required for varied market opportunity and email notification. All these are based basically upon our own utility and need based, and they are definitely subscriptions on our part itself. So at this platform, customer finds everything about his or own requirement displayed for his or own choice with the luxury of convenient time for the purchase, along with many payment options, including digital mode of payment or COD, as per the choice, and hopefully has a better comparative pricing. So the concept of digital marketing has actually evolved in the recent 30 years and is quite mature now, like a perfect groom and well established as a suitable match for the modern marketing. The keywords which I used in my research are digital marketing, customer marketer, seller, trust, risk and mitigation, and as well as win-win position. So I would like to move to the next slide, ma'am, please. The gap being fulfilled by my study provides a fair understanding of reasoning behind the sharp acceptance of digitization between customer as well as the marketer, and it provides an analysis that reveals win-win position for both the side of marketing aspect of digitization for both marketers and customers, and it also establishes the digital thrust is needed and beneficial in cyclical nature of market orientation. Ma'am, please next slide. As the entire methodology is based on the secondary data, there was no need of framing any specific or primary database hypothesis. Presently, the digitization has proved to be a boon to the entire world. This has resulted in a radical change and a paradigm shift in the light of new trajectory of growth during the pandemic, and the digitization of marketing is the new future and new normal. The pandemic of COVID-19 has changed the entire orientation of world's major economies. The present topic has been of recent importance. Prima facie, the entire study is based on causal research design so that it may become both theoretically as well as practically significant on the horizon of original contribution towards the present state of knowledge. Ma'am, please next slide. The digitization vehicle is of recent origin, however mature now like a perfect groom. The entire study has been based on secondary data analysis. Peer-reviewed journals are perceived as representing highest level of research and mostly serve as source of gaining information by the academicians and practitioners. The main step in the systematic review is of selecting the databases and the studies. The selection of the databases and articles was based on the databases such as EBSCO, Web of Science, Taylor and Francis, Elsevier, Science Direct, Emerald, Google Scholar, to identify and collect as many as possible journal articles. And the keywords that were used in the search are digital marketing, internet marketing, digitization, social media marketing, and marketing trends. Ma'am, please next slide. I would like to suggest the basic definition of digital marketing as the use of digital media and technology to facilitate the process by which the companies can create, value for the customers and build a strong customer relationship in order to capture value from the customers in return. Now, the basic definition, this is that I would like to suggest this definition because it goes in accordance with the definition of marketing provided by the father of marketing management, that is Mr. Philip Kotler, and he has propounded the definition as marketing of as it is an administrative and social process through which individuals and groups obtain what they need and desire by the generation, offering, and exchange of valuable products with their equals. And the definition of digital marketing by Dave Chaffee and Fiona Alice Chadwick are achieving marketing objective through applying digital media, data and technology. And the second is the application of digital media, data and technology integrated with traditional communication to achieve the marketing objectives. So as we can see, the digital form of given by by Dave Chaffee and Fiona Alice Chadwick corresponds to the use of digital media technology to facilitate the process, and the rest three underlying components match with the marketing management definition. Ma'am, please next slide. These are the types of digital marketing which I would like to stress upon. The main basis of this digital marketing or the type of digital marketing is search engine optimization. This is the basic for all the type of marketing. In the search engine optimization, the digital world is so advanced that it will not let any relevant information out of the site, because it observes all the recent searches and all the areas of interest and all the workings on the social media sites, and according to which it creates a type of backup for itself, and then it grooms along all the available options and produces an optimized result. That is why what is optimization over here means. And there is a win-win situation for both the customer as well as the marketer. The win situation for customer is because it is benefited with most valuable content, blogs, videos as per his or own preferences. And the win-win position for marketers and sellers is because they have easy access to the targeted segment of customer, consumer, and hassle-free display of products. Next is the pay-per-click. Now, pay-per-click utilizes the bid option for advertising by the sellers, promoters to improve brand value or generate demand from respective target customer group. Higher the bid will acclaim the priority display. So utility software understands the viewer's choice and advertisements placed in front of the right person with the right content. As the customers wish to continue inline, normally click the pop-up link and the advertiser has to pay as per the count of such click. It may be the best example of cross-selling of information. Now, win-win position for customer over here is the customer win is sure, because in the sense that there is nothing special to pay for both the content of interest and the relevance of the product information. Through blinked advertising pop-up, the content cost is being borne by the advertisers, but at the same time, customer gets some reward points for the click. Now, win position for marketers is because it is being studied by the researchers that priority display in online advertising play a vital role in reinforcing purchase decisions of web users. And win-win position for both customers and marketers have been displayed. Next is the social media marketing. Now, it is a thumb rule that what you see is on sale, and social media is all about it.
I'm sorry for an interruption, Alpa ma'am. Can you finish in brief?
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'll just count the win position in all the cases. Social media marketing, the win position for customer is because as a defamation is the biggest potential threat in brand making. The social media has played a vital role in establishing the customer as the king, and it bounds the marketers to be in the limits. And when marketers also get an easier way to market any brand to the target group among the large audience with powerful promotion. Influencer marketing, as we know, influencer is also a win-win situation, since influencer will never give false display, because people will follow, will lose their trust, and marketers also will get better results, because influencers they provide good results due to their influence on the people following them. Okay, fine. I would like to jump straight away to ma'am. Please just a slide just above this. These are the two market conditions in the table. As I mentioned, the sellers will prefer to add on innovation to create short-term monopoly, and the customers will benefit in pricing if similar products are available, and benefited with utility-based experiences if specified. Innovation options are opted, matching the requirements and the market conditions. Efforts will be focused to create monopoly in the market to retain in business and customer is the king. Monopoly will be for a short time. After that, it will be a competitive market. And the next is the monopoly market. Sellers will prefer to maintain the monopoly and customer will focus on the alternatives and may supplement innovations to break the monopoly. And what all the market conditions are, they will direct towards the competitive market. Next, ma'am. Next slide, ma'am. Ma'am. Yes. To conclude, digitization definitely has some risk. These are the risks, and I have provided the mitigations on the right side. Preference pages appear first, may tempt for cross-selling of the product ranges, even offers may allude to credit sale, which may impact short-term cash flow management. The mitigation is self-control and utility-based purchasing is preferred. Next is purchase decision is merely based on images offered and specifications mentioned. Mitigation is reviews and rating makes selection of the product comparatively easy and reliable. And next is unwanted advertisements, cookies, pop-up, promotional mails increase risk of hacking of personal data and information. So mitigation is avoid allowing cookies and pop-ups received for promotions. Use suitable internet security and antivirus protection, preferable use genuine software only. Next is even genuine looking web pages may not reveal the modus operandi of operational arrangements and physical existence of entity may not be ascertained. Genuineness of a website, mitigation is genuineness of the website may be ascertained by ensuring the security certificate of the web page and physical evidence may be separately searched on the World Wide Web. Next is sometimes fake reviews may mislead. The decision and return policy specified pre-sale makes it difficult to rectify the order already placed online. Mitigation may be fairly judged through the company's redressal policy available at the portals. Any misleading notice may be highlighted through blogs, social media, etc. to raise the awareness. And lastly, it may not be easy to analyze the money value in case of services or products opted that are pertaining to an unorganized or unbranded category in nature. So mitigation is reliance on personal or professional references available on social media makes the decision better in mitigating any such risk associated. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Alpa. Thanks for your presentation. Now, may I have feedback or remarks from the judges, from the panel members?
No.
Okay.
Shivani, how many more papers are left? Because I have to. How many more papers are there?
Ma'am, 2 left. Only 2 left.
Okay, please be fast.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the next I'll call upon. Thank you, Alpa, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
The next is paper number MM 076.
Yes, ma'am.
077, sorry, 077, Miss Yashna Sumail. Yashna, ma'am, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, please. Yeah, okay, fine. 7. जी सर बताइए.
Good evening. Ma'am, can I start? Ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am, please start.
Okay. Good evening, one and all. My name is Yashna Samuel, and I'm a research scholar from Bundelkhand University, Jhansi. The topic for my presentation is a study on online shopping with special reference to factors influencing consumers' online purchasing, a case of Jhansi region of Uttar Pradesh. The variables for my study are the 6 factors which were identified by the exploratory factor analysis, that is easy accessibility, second customer service, third consumer attitude, fourth ease in product selection, fifth easy browsing and delivery of products, sixth website evaluation. Ma'am, next slide please. Next. The research gap, the previous one. The previous slide, ma'am. The research gap fulfilled by the study is much of the research conducted on online retailing have focused on customers in tier 1
cities of India. However, recent reports on online retailing has highlighted the fact that much of their sales are coming from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities of India. The present paper conducted in Tier 3 city of Uttar Pradesh state of India understands what motivates consumers of Jhansi region to shop online and identifies the important factors influencing online shopping. Next slide, ma'am. The objectives of the study were first to empirically investigate the factors influencing consumers' online shopping, and the second is to study the consumer's preferred online shopping device, which was studied by using secondary sources. Next slide, ma'am. Research methodology. The nature of the study is descriptive in nature. Sample design. Convenience sampling technique was applied for conducting an online survey by mailing the questionnaire to 300 respondents residing in Jhansi region of Uttar Pradesh. Sample unit consisted of researchers' friends, relatives, students, colleagues, and teachers. The tool for data collection was the questionnaire was drafted based on 8 constructs consisting of overall 24 items identified by exploratory factor analysis. A pretest was conducted by sending the questionnaire to 50 respondents. On the basis of the pretest, 2 items were removed which did not clearly match with any of the dimensions, and revised questionnaire was prepared consisting of questions based on 6 constructs having overall 22 items identified by EFA with a Verimax rotation. The tool used for the analysis was SPSS software. Next slide, ma'am. Next. Ma'am, the next slide. The results of the study are the 6 factors which were identified by exploratory factor analysis. First is easy accessibility, which is the Webster dictionary defines, which means basically we are talking about the convenience the consumers are looking while they are opting for online shopping. When the Webster dictionary defines convenience as anything that adds to one's comfort or saves work. The inclination towards online shopping is based on the fact that it provides consumer to shop anything from any place that makes it convenient to purchase products like furniture, books, electronic appliances, household, and many more. Second is customer service. When we talk about customer service, we are mainly referring to customer service convenience. Service convenience in retailing mainly refers to the speed and ease of shopping. Prior studies found out that service convenience has a significant impact on customers' overall satisfaction. 72% of online consumers reveal that customer service is a major factor in online shopping satisfaction. Third is consumer attitude. Consumer attitude refers towards online shopping refers to the psychological state in terms of their making purchases over the internet. Consumer recognize the need for buying some product, then they refer to the internet, and then they search the product related information, and then they view all the alternatives available for that particular product, and finally they make a purchase. Next is ease and payment and product selection.
Ma'am, can you please be brief?
Okay, ma'am, sure. Next point is ease in payment and product selection. Internet shopping provides consumer more information and choices to compare product and price, convenience, easier to find anything online. Next is online store evaluation. So as per the results of the study, we found out that Kaiser Mayer Olkin measure of sampling adequacy came out to be 0.74, which means that we had adequate sample to conduct exploratory factor analysis, and Bartlett's test of sparsity came out to be chi-square came out to be 309, 3.142, degree of freedom was 276, and level of significance 0.00. Next slide. Result of the factor analysis, we have these items, and for specific items we have this factors available. We have the Cronbach alpha available, which was above 0.6. Next slide, ma'am. Implications of the results were: first, online retailers need to understand what online shoppers expect from them when they need to select the product, browse about the product information, benefits, features, ordering the product, making payment and receiving shipments, return the product or potentially replace it. Second, online retailers through feedback must try to learn the attitude of the consumers because it is very important since it affects the retailer sales and profit margin. Next, online retailer must try to provide various option choices in all product categories in order to attract
Ma'am, can we
customers to
come
buy
on the
online
conclusion
by
only?
understanding their taste and preferences.
Can you please
Sorry?
conclude in one line that what you found, what are the findings of your research, please?
Yeah, so basically these are the main findings, and the findings are like the study also highlights the consumer psychological state in making purchases over the internet. And the second last is the result also revealed that online shoppers are satisfied with the information provided about products and choices to compare different products. They spend more time online for product selection because it is easier to form preferences for products from variety of choices. They find abundance and from the secondary source, the findings were the study reveals that in markets like UK, US, China, and Middle East and North Africa region, mobile phones are becoming dominant digital platforms. According to surveys conducted globally, smartphones are most popular devices for online shopping.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Ashna ma'am. Yeah, may I have remarks from the panel members?
I just want to know about like the online shopping as she has tried to cover. See, those online shopping is very much, I would say, so is it that specific to some product or over online shopping in general? And is there anything she has tried to take care in her sampling to better
नहीं
capture
नहीं
the
नहीं है
concept?
नहीं है हमारी लिस्ट में ही नहीं है तो
I have not particularly shown that it is restricted to a particular product, but I have tried to cover the responses in the form that why they, instead of visiting physical retail stores which are present in the Jhansi region. So ma'am, basically, since during this was the pandemic time, since during the pandemic time, all the retail stores were closed. So basically, for shopping and all, most people resorted to the online shopping, the applications which were available during that time. So I have tried to cover like I have made the questionnaires, like what are the factors, and I have tried to learn all the
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashna ma'am. Thank you, Kavita ma'am. Corlan sir, do you have any remark for her?
My comment to the paper is of course, I agree with Dr. Kavita regarding the sampling earlier. It's convenient in nature, and to better capture most of the respondents, it should have been done systematically. But aside from that, I would also like to commend the speaker or the presenter because, as we know, really this kind of platform is now everywhere, and it should be monitored properly, appropriately, so that not only the sellers but also the buyers' welfare is also considered. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks for your remark.
Thank
Thanks,
you, sir.
Ashna ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. The next
Ma'am, you are on mute.
the next presentation is of code number 072, Miss Akanksha Mir and Amarpreet Singh Verdi. May I have any one of them? Akanksha and Mir, are you there? Or Amarpreet Singh? Okay. The next is MM005, that is Danish and Dr. Shivaji. Okay. Ma'am, just a minute. I'll share. Do you have? Can you share your PPT, please? If possible, or shall I share that?
Can you please share?
Yeah, fine. Wait a minute, please. Anybody
I'll
left
just
for?
start. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, that I have also started. Yeah, is there anyone else who left with the presentation? In technical session MM2, 7th technical session MM2. Yeah, ma'am, please start your presentation and as you
Good
know,
evening,
share
all.
destination brief.
Good evening, all. I am Danish Dominic, a student of St. Xavier's College, Calcutta. Today, I would like to discuss with you the topic impact of green marketing factors on purchase decision-making patterns of urban youth. The next. The environmental problems have become global concern of present times for the whole humanity. They rise the necessity for environment protection, ecological awareness, and protection of the promotion of products and services. Next. The variables for this study is green product branding, belief of youth, environment friendliness of youth, willingness to pay for green products or services, eco-labeling, and packaging of eco-friendly products. Next. Research gap. Next. From the literature review, we have observed that less study has been done on the green marketing in developing countries in comparison to developed countries, especially in India. Moreover, we have also identified that very few researchers have focused on the impact of green marketing factors on purchase decision-making patterns of India. Next. The objective of this study was the study aimed at to explore the effect of green marketing purchase decision making of urban youth in Kolkata, which is in India, and to identify the green marketing factors influencing the purchase decision making of youth. Next. Next, please. Okay. For results of the study. In the pilot study, we have a study which was conducted based on 80 respondents. The reliability of the questionnaire was satisfactory as the Cronbach's alpha value was 0.768, and the final reliability test based on 296 respondents, we got the Cronbach's alpha value as 0.824. The result suggests that high internal consistency as the score is above 0.7. Next. Okay. Factor analysis was conducted to extract the factors that influence the purchase decision-making patterns of the youth. The KMO value was 0.814, so it is highly significant at 5% level. From the total variance explained, there are 5 components which have eigen value above more than 1. Next. And from the factor analysis, we have extracted 5 components, and they are named as green product branding, belief of youth, environment friendliness, willingness to pay, eco-labeling, and packaging. Next. Okay. implications and significance of the result. From the analysis we can observe that the youth of India acknowledge the importance of green marketing, and they are influenced by eco-labeling and green packaging. Then we have also observed that this study also pointed out that the environmental beliefs of the youth are strong, which clears a path for environment friendliness and performance of green products and brands. It is evident from the study that the youth are willing to pay premium price for the green products and services, but they have also the opinion that these price premium charged for the products are not used for environment protection actions. Next. Next. Okay. So as to conclude, I would suggest that from this study, we have observed that the firms and the companies need to recognize the significance of green marketing in terms of new trends, changing customer behaviors, and add more value to their products. And innovators and companies need to, previous slide, please. Okay, integrate. Innovators and companies need to integrate more on environment-friendly actions from the use of materials, from the use of raw materials to the finished goods. Companies should encourage more on developing eco-friendly products and practices and take active part in preserving the environment. So that is all about my topic. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your presentation. Yes, ma'am.
See, what are the green marketing factors? Because the factor which she has shown, uh, they're not appears to be the green marketing factors. So I think she needs to be clear about that. And secondly, um, like what are the dependent variables that she has studied? I just want to know about that.
Dependent variables, I took the age of the sample population.
How can age be the dependent variable? Age cannot be a dependent variable. Age can be a control variable or it can be an explanatory variable. See, through those factors, what did you try? What are you trying to explain? What are you trying to find out?
No, it's what are the factors that influence the purchase decision making pattern of the youth. So
did you measure
the price? Okay.
No, I understand. Did you measure the purchase decision patterns? What all patterns did you cover?
Price of the product, the green product, and green branding, green packaging, and green advertisements. So these are
these are the dependent variables or independent variables?
Dependent variable.
All right.
Okay, fine. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Kavita, ma'am. Any remark from the from sir side? Yeah.
Hi, good afternoon. I actually would commend the researcher because she has made made use of the model earlier. I've seen that it's a good model to use when it comes to green marketing, and I just want to for the researcher to consider how is green marketing right now utilized during this time of pandemic, because as you all know, the initial or the primary concern of everyone is safety and security, and somehow a lot of retailers are into using disposables, single-use items, so that they are safe from any contamination or what have you. And right now, I think it's quite the opposite of what you're trying to advocate in green marketing.
Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am, for your presentation. This is the last presentation of this technical session. Now we have Mr. Amarpreet Singh to present his paper. This is the last presentation of this technical session. Yeah, may I have Amarpreet Singh?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Please open your video, Mr. Amarpreet. Yeah, please start your presentation.
Okay. Good evening to all the participants and dignitaries, judges. I, along with Akanksha Mir, has conducted a research regarding millennials' adoption of e-banking, because nowadays e-banking is in vogue, and people are. It is not just luxury, but now it has become a necessity. So we had the keywords of millennials: performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, perceived risk, trust, behavioral intention, and e-banking. And the variables were adopted from the model which was proposed by Venkatesh, UTOT model, and it all started with the TAM, that is technology acceptance model, that how and why people accept technology. And the variables for this study were taken as performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, effort expectancy, perceived risk, behavioral intention, and trust. We added this trust factor and perceived risk onto that model, and we created a model uh, for studying the millennials adoption. And this research we find with the help of literature review that in India there is a dearth of, we didn't find the study which was conducted especially on millennials and adoption of the factors, especially considering the risk factor and the trust. There were no study we found, and especially in context of India, I'm talking. So we had devised the hypothesis that performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, and trust. These have the positive influence on the behavioral intention to adopt e-banking, while the perceived risk factors, it is having it had a negative effect. This was our hypothesis, which we uh, tried to prove, and we conducted this research for about 2 months, and it was with the help of Google Forms, because there was pandemic, and we had got 400 something responses, and out of which 324 were valid, and we did conduct the um, factor analysis, and out of which we were able to extract these factors. Next slide, please. So 352 were the responses which were valid, and rest were not valid due to some reasons. And obviously, it was a convenience sampling, because we had no chance of getting in contact with the people. So we used Google Forms and got filled across the region. And this is the measurement model, which explains and the structural model. Yes, measurement is okay. Then structural model, please. Yes, uh, this was the structural model was proposed by us, and we found that these are the results of the study, that all the hypotheses which we proposed to be positive and the negative, they were accepted with the t values as shown on the screen, and the performance expectancy had expected influence on behavioral intention. Similarly, effort expectancy, social influence do had a positive influence, and while the perceived risk we hypothesized that it had a negative effect, and it proved out to be true. And trust had the positive effect. Now, trust was the main factor which was not, and that perceived risk had been there, but trust was not at all studied in any of the studies. When we had a research gap, we found from the literature review, and this was the prominent factor. Trust was the prominent factor while accepting this e-banking, because people were apprehensive to use this e-banking. Going by, we day out day in, we hear the news that certain fraud has taken place, and without any revelation of uh,
Sorry
their
to interrupt, ma'am.
information.
Can we come just on the findings or the conclusion part?
Sure.
Implications and the
Implications, conclusion, actually, that was the implications is there,
okay, fine.
right? So the contribution of the study is that it is the trust is the most important factor, as I had said, and trust factor was not earlier studied in the any of the studies. So we had taken specifically this trust factor and the perceived risk. Now we had come up with some suggestions that consumer awareness programs, they are already conducting banks, but it should be made more comprehensive and more so that the financial loss which happens due to these kind of frauds, it gets less, and the kind of faith and the trust, it should be there in the mind of the people, especially millennials, who are there to use everything, right? So that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you
Questions?
for my sir. Yeah, please. Yeah, may I have remarks, please?
Amanpreet, I just want to hello.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to know about the theoretical. Yeah. Yes, please. Others may please mute. I just want to know about the theoretical logic for because see that now that we have so much of security measures being adopted
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
in e-banking, so trust becomes sort of we can say hygiene factor. Okay, it
Ma'am,
no longer
that
remains what I think is a motivating factor. So when once it becomes a hygiene factor, so the reason that it may be a differentiating factor, that logic doesn't remain much of have much of the relevance.
Actually, we had conducted this study that people were apprehensive using all these things. We had come across many peoples. That's why we had included these things. Uh, we talked to many people over telephonic conversation we had, and those people who had to whom we had sent this Google Forms, we had got this column also filled. So they were quite apprehensive because there is
No,
always
were they
you can
all the
see any.
users? No, just
Yes, yes,
the sample that you select, they were all users of e-banking.
they were users. Yes, ma'am.
So if they were the
And
users, then certainly they must have been trusting it.
they were apprehensive. Like they found that there should be more security features, and there was a bit of apprehensive approach. They said that whenever we have a very urgent kind of things, then only we use this. There is
All right,
urgency,
thank you.
then only we.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Yes,
Thank
any
you.
remarks from the sir side, corner side?
Hi, thank you for the presentation. Actually, I'm more concerned with the comprehensiveness on how the e-banking is actually utilized and cascaded towards the users. Because as you all know, earlier, there are also some presenters who checked it against the different um, what do you call this, markets that we have. So basically, if for example you have on for Gen X, you have for baby boomers, for millennials, of course, we all know that these things are quite difficult for some of the types of the markets. So I think for further studies, I guess that could be explored as well. Specifically right now, as mentioned by the researcher itself, it's very, very relevant. Similar here in the Philippines, it's very, very relevant.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the comment, for the remark. Now that was the last presentation of this technical session. I would request our respected session chair, Professor Kavita Sharma ji, for a brief feedback about the technical session. Ma'am, please. Kavita ma'am.
Yes, Shivani, the sessions were all right.
Yes, ma'am.
So there were few papers who were of much of the papers were on a theoretical side, a sort of a literature review. So I would suggest that even if they are literature review papers, but they could have they could further be improved uh, by taking up like certain researchable issues. In fact, descriptive papers are being encouraged. So I hope that the researchers will improvise and they will be able to get them published in a good journal.
Okay.
All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for your mark. Now I request co-session chair Dr. Cornell for his brief concluding remark. Sir, please. Please share your experience of this technical session. May I have Dr. Cornell?
Hi. I think I'm having problems again. Anyway,
Sure, that.
so I would like to thank everyone. That was a very nice presentation. Although I got disconnected from time to time, I really enjoyed the topics were actually relevant to what we are experiencing right now. And I hope that in the future, there are also a lot of potential papers that could transcend into what we can what do you call this take hold so that we have a better future ahead of us. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, sir. Now moving further, I would like to call upon my colleague, Professor Rajesh Gupta, to present vote of thanks. So please.
Very good evening, one and all. I feel honored and privileged to propose a vote of thanks on the seventh uh, marketing management technical session. I, on behalf of the Prestige Institute of Management, Gwalior, uh, convey my deep regards and heartily thanks to our session chair, Professor Kavita Sharma ma'am, Professor Delhi School of Economics, University of Delhi, for sparing her valuable time and putting her valuable remarks on research, and we are motivated us. Thank you, ma'am. I express my gratitude to our co-session chair, Dr. Daryl Cornell, Professor Polytechnic University of Philippines. His wonderful presence gracing the session. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I acknowledge our obligation to the keynote speaker, Dr. Sangeeta Sharma, Professor Bits Pilani, for her support and cooperation always with us. Thank you very much, madam. I would like to convey thanks to all the distinguished participants and research scholars who have come from different places to attend this session. Thank you, everyone. I express my thanks to our own Principal Director, S.S. Bakar sir, for his constant support and guidance. My sincere thanks to the social media and electronic media and IT support team for their presence and giving excellent coverage of this session. My special thanks to all the faculty and staff for their immense support and cooperation, and my colleague Dr. Shivani for opportunity to this session for successful conduction of the session. So once again, thank you all. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thanks to all the guests for giving us their valuable time. And thanks all the participants. Now this is all over from our side. Bye bye. Bye
Thank you
everyone.
so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kavita.